Good morning, this is Seeker the Scuff coming at you live with Ace Attorney, Spirit of Justice. There we go, got it right this time. Let's just change the audio a little bit, because it looks like I touched it on accident. There we go, that should be a little bit better. Not quite, no. There we go. That's back to normal. Now, let's just... I don't really have anything to say today, so let's just... or as usual. So let's just go right into it. This is shaping up to be a rather short chapter, it feels like. Because unless they pull in a new witness out of nowhere, I can't imagine this being more than 2 days. In fact, it's starting to look like it's going to be 1 day. Ah, now that the sweet ones have arrived, this court is back in session. Go on, Uendo, eat up. Oh, they're eating. Okay. Nice flavor. You can really taste the sake. Ah, that was delicious. Yes, a unique sweetness and the faint aroma of sake. Yet, I hardly think that anyone could pass out from eating something like this. What's the matter, Uendo? You're not afraid of a tiny manju, are you? Or are you scared of how many calories it has? Don't be ridiculous. A sweet little snack like this couldn't possibly... I mean, it could never. Less bleating, more eating, witness. Fine, whatever. Whatever. See? I told you. It, don't affect me in the slightest. Oh. We might be a little lightweight, but come on, nobody's that light. Seriously, nobody's gonna get drunk off of a, and hit the floor? Yep, and then the new one pops up. Show me that hairstyle. It's gonna be a new one. Oh, yep. Hello, Owen. But it looks like it worked. Oh my! Witness, please tell the court your name and occupation. Huh? My name is Owen. I'm 5. You're 5 years old? Am I in trouble? Please don't yell at me. Oh. So, he is Uendo's 4th personality. I'd hardly think a child like him could have the motive to murder the victim. And even if he had a motive, could he have actually committed the murder? That's a very good point. Owen does appear to be very timid and weak. It seems the defense was hoping this hidden personality would be the real killer. But now that he is standing here before us, it is clear that none of Uendo's personalities can be the killer. What? No, what are you talking about? We haven't even questioned him yet. Where can I even go from here? Shisho. Owen, do you know something about what happened to your master? Come on, buddy. Won't you tell Auntie Athena what happened? What a scary lady. I'm not scary. Look at Auntie's big smile. Tell me about your master, please? Pretty please with sugar on top? Well, you're not really Mia, so I don't think that's really gonna... Oh, it did work. Okay. Shisho was super nice. He always played with me. Just like a real grandpa. I loved Shisho. Athena, do you sense anything behind his words? I sense a sadness. Sadness so pure it's heartrending. But no discord. Prosecutor Sadmati is right. Owen isn't the killer. But then, don't you find it odd? Find what odd? Let's review what we've learned so far. Uendo rearranged the Kurata cards to pin the blame on Bucky. Well, that's because the original message implicated Owen. But Owen is only 5 years old and absolutely adores Master Tornado. Why? I don't know why they're buying this so quickly. That seems odd. Exactly. The other 3 personalities also have no motive for murder. If Owen isn't the true culprit, then the person who first laid out the cards probably wouldn't have been Master Tornado. So then, who did it? Defense? Did the appearance of Owen help you figure anything out? Yes, Your Honor. I now know who it was that first laid out the Karuta cards. But I thought it was the victim, right? No, Your Honor. I don't believe it was. The one who first arranged the Karuta cards on the table was none other than the true killer. I believe the person who laid the cards out was the very person who killed Master Taifu Tornado. How quickly you move on to a new target when your Owen theory proves false. You pull Kunon. Oh, isn't it good to move on quickly? I don't know what a pull Kunon is, but I know I'm definitely not one. And before you start with the sermons, why don't you hear me out? Yes, let's hear the defense's reasoning. Please proceed, Miss Sykes. But if you are bluffing, I won't go easy on you. I understand, Your Honor. Now then, please recall the original crime scene. Who did the Karuta card's name when the scene was discovered? Let's see. I believe they implicated the defendant, Bucky Wet. That's right. But when we then found out that the message originally read Owen Forth. Which implicated the young boy, Owen. Exactly. And the person who rearranged the cards was undoubtedly Uendo. Uendo may have kept silent, but we can be sure he already knew his master was dead. His tampering with the crime scene using the TV all but proves it. I confess. I tampered with the crime scene. The reason Uendo rearranged the Karuta cards and moved the TV was because he saw that Owen Forth message and was convinced Owen had committed the crime. Right on, Prosecutor Blackquill. It would seem that Owen and the other 3 personalities don't share the same memories. But really, there is no 4th personality, it's just the 3 of us in here. Uendo feared that Owen had killed Master Tornado, so he tried to hide Owen from us. But it turns out Owen is but a 5-year-old child, incapable of hurting a fly, let alone his beloved master. So naturally, the culprit must be somebody else. And this somebody else, the true killer, tried to pin the crime on Owen. Bum, 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 bum. I see. That does make sense. This is naught but conjecture, composed of half-truths and fantasy. Who, then, do you maintain murdered the victim? I believe Owen might know something about that. I refuse to allow such impromptu testimony, and from a 5-year-old no less. Such a young child is incapable of producing anything coherent. But your desperation is disgraceful. You should realize when it is time to let go, and I saw it. I saw Shisho getting... Owen, you do know something, don't you? Yeah. Oh my, is this true? If so, we must have Owen testify immediately. Don't you agree, Prosecutor Sanmari? It's all right, Owen. Go ahead and tell us what you know. Shisho was standing with a knife in his hand. Blood was dripping on the Shisho's face, getting it all red. I couldn't move at all. I was so scared I passed out. Uh, definitely not blood. Probably the broth. Yeah, probably the broth. This is eyewitness testimony from the moment of the murder. Owen, can you tell us anything else about what you saw? I was so scared. Oh, so scared. Owen, his emotions are spiraling out of control. Something must have really frightened him. Is he alright? His emotions are running wild because he's trying to recall something frightening to him. I recommend a therapy session right away. I see. Yes, please, do whatever you can to help the poor boy. Will do, Your Honor. I'd better find the cause of these out-of-control emotions pronto. Okay, going into another one of these pretty quickly. Now, I suppose it was a while ago, if we don't factor in the fact that I took a break in the middle. Now then, let's see. Yep. I don't know why he's standing, considering everything in the room is at ground level. Blood was dripping onto his face, which doesn't make sense. You couldn't move at all because you were so scared. Okay, well, let's look at the blood. How about that? Yeah, blood was dripping down onto Shicho's face. Blood? I don't remember seeing any blood at the crime scene in the crime scene photos. Besides, if the victim was standing upright, how could blood drip down onto his face? As I expected, all we managed to obtain from this child is a tale he dreamt up. Ah, I guess it's a little weird for blood to drip onto the victim's face if he was standing up. Unless it dripped down from the ceiling or something. What do you think, Simon? I don't know. Owen's one confused and upset kid right now, so who knows how accurate his memory is. Maybe it's time for that thing instead. Huh? What thing? That thing that you and your cohorts do. What do you call it? Rotate your thinking about? Oh, you mean turn your thinking around? Yes, whatever. It's the same thing either way. No, it isn't. Who's ever heard of rotating your thinking? I mean, rotate is... Hey, wait a minute. What? You know what, Simon? In this case, I think rotate just might work perfectly after all. Come again? All I have to do is rotate things by 90 degrees. When he saw his master, Owen must have been lying on the floor. Yep. What? That's the conclusion I arrived at when I rotated my thinking by 90 degrees. Which means that all my visuals in my matrix were off by 90 degrees. And? This means Master Tornado was also lying on the floor, which solves another mystery. And, which mystery is that? The mystery of how blood could have been dripping onto the victim's face. It becomes much easier to imagine how that could have happened if he was lying down. Like someone bleeding onto Master Tornado from somewhere up above him. I remember now. Somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho. So, trying to recall his master's bloody killer is what spooked Owen originally. The blood that stained the victim's face red came from the person sitting on top of him. The victim was holding a knife, so he likely nicked his attacker as he's fighting back. This means his assailant was injured on their face somewhere, like their forehead perhaps. Assuming the victim and his attacker were face to face, then yes. I see. So that is what happened. But if I recall correctly, the accused has a fresh bandage on his forehead, does he not? That injury of Mr. Wett's is conclusive evidence that he committed this murder. No, it's not. Shut up. But why? That doesn't make any sense. No, it's not. It seems you have dug yourself into a pit you cannot crawl out of. No! Even though I figured out the reason for Owen's out-of-control emotions, all I did was raise further suspicion against my own client. What do I do now? What's the matter? You aren't thinking of throwing in the towel, are you? But it looks so bad for Bucky. I mean, he had both motive and opportunity. Plus, he had that injury on his forehead. Your Honor, I sense that the defense is finally ready to let it go and move on. Well, Miss Sykes, I understand that you don't want to give up on your client, but I won't allow you to prolong this trial without a good reason. Well, that lawyer did her best, but all the signs point to the defendant's guilt. Maybe it's time she gave up. She tried everything she could. I really, really don't want to back down, but...
Silence!
Athena, are you having doubts about Bucky's innocence? I wouldn't say that, it's just... Do you remember what you said to Bucky earlier this morning? You mean, you believe in me, ma'am? Of course, no matter what, I'll believe in you to the very end. Were those just empty words? Of course not. It's just that all the cards are stacked against us. Are you still stuck on that line of thinking? Motive, opportunity, and an injury to his forehead. Is that all it takes to make you stop believing in your clients? Tell me again, who are you to Bucky? I'm his Miss Chickadee lawyer. Then do your duty and believe in him until the very end. I will. Simon's absolutely right. I'm Bucky's lawyer, and he's depending on me. Defense team, please. No fighting in my courtroom. Only the prosecution's allowed to attack people. The defense is ready to resume, Your Honor. Prosecutor Blackhill was just giving me a pep talk, that's all. Thank you, Prosecutor. I didn't do it for your sake. I did it for the future of Wet Soba. Yeah, I got it. The defense would like to now continue with Owen's therapy session. Owen, would you be alright with that? Okay. So, somebody was sitting up on top of Shisho, bleeding from their head, and smushing something into Shisho's face. That's funny. What is it? I still hear discord in Owen's voice, but I don't sense any inconsistencies between his statements and emotions. And there don't seem to be any contradictions in his testimony itself either. So that's it, huh? Did you figure something out? Your ability to sense emotions is making you focus too much on his feelings, Athena. But there's actually something he's being very vague about in his testimony. If you can clarify what he's feeling uncertain about with some evidence, you should be able to move forward from there. Okay, that makes sense. I'll give it a try. I'll just update the mood matrix with the new information, and then we'll be ready to go. So, I just need to present some evidence on what Owen is being vague about, huh? Well, he's smushing something onto the face. We need to know what that something was. And let's see, what's this new updated info? Yep, you just passed out. Okay. Well, let's see. Is it the autopsy report? I think it's the autopsy report.
Objection!
Yep, there we go. Nope, that's it. Wrong, actually. Oops. Well, the thing is he's being vague about what's being pushed onto the face. But we don't know what is being pushed onto the face is the issue, right? But then why wouldn't it be the autopsy report? He was on the floor, and somebody was smushing something onto his face. Yes. Somebody was smushing something. But we don't know what the something was. I mean, I can't press here. Blood on his face and knife in his hand. So clearly he was moved. And you couldn't move at all, you were so scared, you passed out. Well, it's clearly this, but what exactly is he being vague about? Because I thought it was the, what's it called? The fact that we don't know what he's being suffocated with. That's clearly not it. Found in the victim's possession. Autopsy report, crime scene. Suppose it could. Let me see. I mean, it's clearly. Oh, what is this? Okay, hold on. On the floor, somebody was pushing something onto his face. Well, I don't expect him to know who the somebody was, given the angle he's at. But we need to know what the something was. And I unfortunately cannot probe. I can only present. It makes it seem like this is going to be the end. Like, not the end, but not, I mean, no, where was I even going that? I think I might get a loss here. Let's see. Elendo discovered the victim's body upon entering the room after Bucky left. And he already knew that he was dead at this point, because it happened way earlier. And Master Tornado was not alive at 4 p.m. Before Bucky took the game to the theater, Gayru was feeding dumplings to the dog. Did Gayru kill him with dumplings? Huh. Huh. You know, we're gonna present the crime scene photo, even though I think this is wrong, just to get it out of the way. Objection! Okay, that was it. Okay. Well, let's put a name to that thing Owen's uncertain of, shall we? By identifying the murder weapon that was used to suffocate the victim. Unfortunately for us, I spy the murder weapon right here in the crime scene photo. Unfortunately for you, I spy nothing of the sort. And the police did not spy anything out of the sort during their investigation either. Pray tell, where is this murder weapon you see? You don't see it because it no longer looks the way it did when it was used as a weapon. This is what the killer pressed onto Master Tornado's face. Oh. It's not the bun, is it? Did he get a piece of dough shoved in his face? I mean, that could be it. The mystery person that Owen saw pressed soba. The mystery person that Owen saw pressed soba into the victim's face, thereby suffocating him. Oh, look at that! I was right. I grow weary of your tasteless jokes. How could anyone commit murder with a soft, delicate soba? The noodles would instantly fall apart if they were pressed onto someone's face. Yes, I agree. Well, I disagree. There is a way the soba could have been used to suffocate the victim. What? You will explain your theory at once, Miss Sykes. To kill Master Tornado, the culprit must have smothered him with uncut soba dough. The culprit must have used the soba before it was cut into noodles. In other words, the murder weapon was raw soba dough. What? That's absurd. No, not the worst thing I've ever heard from the defense. Order in the court. Yes, soba dough could definitely be used to suffocate someone, couldn't it? Are you alright, Prosecutor Sanmati? I was just letting the soul of the victim know that the accused will finally face justice, thanks to the foolish lawyer before me. Huh? What are you talking about? Allow me to summarize your statements. As the accused was killing the victim, he was slashed in the face by the victim's knife. The weapon he used to suffocate the victim was the dough in the dressing room. He then disposed of the murder weapon by cutting the soba dough into noodles. Why, you smarmy. Afterwards, the accused put the victim's face into the bowl of soba noodles and broth to wash off the blood that had dripped onto the victim's face from his own. And there you have it, the true sequence of events behind this foul affair. Now, wait just a minute. I never once said that Mr. Wet was the culprit. Who but the accused knows how to cut dough into noodles, defense? That's a very good point, Prosecutor Sanmari. I heard that cutting soba dough into uniform noodles requires considerable training. But then, what about the dying message? How do you explain that? The defendant wouldn't have known about Ueno's Owen personality. Perhaps the victim was simply playing with the cards, and they hold no other meaning. Well, I have an idea. Tornado asked Soba Boy to go get more dough because the only noodles he had was the noodles in the fridge. But there are none there. So clearly, it was not our guy, it was someone else who then used the noodle stuff in the fridge, the dough, and then disposed of it by feeding it to the dog, right? Or burying it, or having the dog bury it, either way. So it's probably the clown girl. Perhaps he spelled out Owen's name in jest, sometime before his murder. That's true. From Owen's testimony, it's clear that Master Tornado cared for the boy. It appears we've arrived at a compelling conclusion. Taken together, all these points paint a convincing picture of the defendant's guilt. Owen, is there anything else you can tell us? It doesn't matter how small of a detail, anything will do. You're scaring me. I'm sorry, Owen. Auntie Athena didn't mean to raise her voice. I had to be gentler with him. I can't forget he's only 5 years old. No need to be scared, okay, sweetie? Just tell us anything you can remember. Well, when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me, bleeding from their head. Owen, you saw the killer's face? Oops, I did it again. So who was it, Owen? Do you remember? I don't know who it was. I'm picking up some noise. That means there's still something to uncover in Owen's testimony. I don't know what Owen saw, but suffice it to say, we are analyzing the dreams of a child. You've wasted enough of our time, defense. Let it go and move on. You say that, but you are also accepting this child's so-called dreams in your argument. No, there's still discord in Owen's heart that needs to be addressed. Therefore, I can't give in here. Owen, do you think you can continue your testimony for us? Okay. I'll enter the new info and run an update then. Alright, let's see. Yep, blood on his face and a knife in his hand. He was on the floor and somebody was smushing dough into his face. Can't move at all. You're so scared you passed out, and here's the important bit, right? And when I woke up, the person who killed Shisho was standing over me. And you're happy because it's someone familiar. That's an easy one. Despite witnessing the culprit's terrible crime firsthand, Owen experienced a positive feeling, one of relief? The person the witness saw was no stranger. Rather, it was the accused. Therefore, it is only natural that he felt some level of relief when he saw a familiar face. Defense, end this madness and sully your soul no more. Owen, who did you see? That nice smell. I love the smell of that perfume. Ah, yes, it's Geira, right? That's her name? It's the smell of... You can do it. Try to remember, Owen. Oh, the smell of... and he's out. Oh, he fell all the way down this time. Owen! It seems Owen is now resting in the infirmary. They certainly have their hands full today down there. Let's continue with the trial. Despite Owen's testimony, it is the opinion of this humble servant of the Holy Mother that the child's words were insufficient to clear the accused of suspicion. But what about the scent of perfume Owen mentioned? I believe it's a clue that will lead us to the true culprit. but there are thousands of perfumes in the world. It could even be the scent of the hair product the accused uses. He does have one amazing hairstyle, so that's certainly possible. The witness is a 5-year-old boy. He cannot tell the difference between conventional perfumes and hair products. Oh, look at that. We got a bot. It's been a while. And delete. You're gone. Why couldn't you have gone for a crew cut or something, Bucky? What's more, the only person who can cut soba noodles with such precision is the accused and no other. Oh man, how am I supposed to argue with that? And so, the person no one saw at the scene of the crime could only be the accused, Bucky Wet. Oh? Is it Bucky? Ooh, what the? Hey, it is Bucky. Hey. I never use hair products or anything with a Schmel. If I wore something like that, the Schmel get into the soba. Boom! Check it. No. Alright, you know, he did mention this earlier. Mr. Wet, aren't you supposed to be resting in the infirmary? Oh, whatever. You think I'd let my soba stink of perfume? Try that chilled soba for yourself and see. I believe we have no choice but to try it. Strictly for examination purposes, of course. Now then, let's dig in, shall we? That was delightful. Well, I'm satisfied there are no traces of hair products or perfumes in Mr. Wet's soba. First, sweet bean buns, and now savory soba. What a delectable trial this has been. I haven't had something like this since that cowboy showed up, I think. This texture is different from the soba I had the other day. It reminds me of a dish we have in Kurain called Banu Pan. Oh, what you think, Miss Chickadee? My soba's pretty good, isn't it? It's delicious. Don't you think so, Simon? Heh. It still pales in comparison to his late father's cuisine. Simon, why you always gotta be so hard on me? Bailiff, take the defendant back to the infirmary at once for some rest. Rest? No way. I ain't a lump of plain old weedy udon dough, you know. I'm fresh like my soba. You know what soba dough rests? It's about the 3 freshes of soba. Grind the seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. Oh, good grief. What a defendant. At least Bucky wasn't the source of the perfume smell. Wait, smelly perfume? It looks like you remembered something. The phrase smelly perfume reminded me of a certain somebody. Oh, and who might that be? There's only one person that comes to mind. The phrase smelly perfume... Yep. Gayra. Or Gayru, not Gayra. That's the issue. I thought I was misremembering it somehow. Gayru Tornado? Yeah, she did smell very nice, didn't she? Just a moment, defense. You would throw suspicion on Gayru now because of a scent? Your Honor, there is no need to go along with these ever-changing claims of the defense. I suppose their claims have been awfully inconsistent. But Gayru could have been at the crime scene. Yes, but... You'll get to see those balloons of hers if we call her back to the witness stand. How vulgar. His Honor is not interested in such things. Setting the matter of her balloons aside entirely, I do believe it's appropriate to ask Gayru some questions, given the circumstances. It has nothing to do with her balloons, of course. Thank you, Your Honor. Pokunka! Ah. Thank you for calling this disciple of the Tornado School of Rakugo back for an encore. It's me, the balloon artist you all know and love, Geiru Tornado. 1, 2, balloon! What wonderful balloon artistry. Your Honor, please. Now then, what would you like me to make for you this time? Actually, I called you back for more testimony. But I'm all talked out, and this case has left me completely deflated. What? You didn't find that funny? Anyway, what exactly is going on, Simon? It seems the person who murdered Master Tornado was wearing perfume. And you were the only person I could think of who wears perfume. Wait, you mean I'm a suspect now? Geiru, you knew about Owen, right? Well, yes, I often played with him at Shisho's request. So that means you could have left that fake dying message, right? What? Just because I wear perfume and know Owen, you think I'm a murderer? Oh, how could you? The witness is absolutely right. With no evidence but the distorted memories of a small child, it is outrageous of the defense to accuse this woman. That's right. You don't even have any proof. You may step down from the stand, Geiru. The defense does not have one scrap of evidence that connects you to the crime. Wait just 1 minute. I may not have proof, but Owen's testimony is still... Enough! Please, feel free to leave, Geiru. But I'm so close. There must be something I can do. Well, if the prosecutor says it's okay, then I guess I'll go now.
Silence!
Oi, Geiru. You're an entertainer, aren't you? Once you go on stage, it's your duty to complete your performance, is it not? So what are you doing leaving halfway through? Yeah! Oh. I'm surprised it... Oh, I guess it wasn't tied, so it deflates instead of popping. There's a bandage on Geiru's forehead. And since we know Master Tornado's killer has a cut on their face somewhere... Impossible. How did you know, Simon? I didn't. But I had to take a chance and see for myself. Otherwise, your theory would remain a groundless accusation. Your Honor, Prosecutor Sanmari, the scent of perfume, an injury on the forehead, these things are completely consistent with Owen's testimony. In short, the mysterious individual Owen saw in the dressing room could have been Geiru.
Miss Sykes, does this mean you are formally indicting the witness for the murder of Taifu Tornado?
No, I don't think that's how that works, but if you want that to be how it goes, sure. Should your accusation prove to be false, I hope you're prepared to pay the price in full. Simon, what price is he talking about? I thought that should be obvious. Prosecutor Sad Monk is saying he'll see to it you never stand in a court of law again. I must say, though, he knows how to make a trial interesting. Just whose side are you on, Simon? Go on, then, into the deep end with you. You really have but one choice anyway.
Well, Miss Sykes, I'm waiting.
With regards to the witness, Geiru Tornado, the defense wishes to indict her. There's no reason for me to hold back. Not if I really believe in my client. The defense wishes to formally indict Geiru Tornado for the murder of Taifu Tornado. I have tried to be merciful, but now not even your pleas will reach the Holy Mother's ears. You will have plenty of time to regret your decision in the pit of hell. Except I won't need to. The person who murdered the victim was not Mr. Wet. It was Geiru Tornado. That bandage it's just from a silly slip-up I made while cooking yesterday, that's all. What kind of extreme cooking were you doing to cut yourself on the forehead? Well, what can I say? That's what happened. You also don't have an alibi for the period before 4 p.m., do you, Geiru? But I really didn't know anything was wrong until Shisho was found dead. If you don't believe me, then with a twisty twist... Balloon! There you have it, an adorable little kitty. How could you suspect a cutesy little balloon artist like me, Geiru, I've been meaning to say this for a while now, but could it be that you don't have an eye for balloon art? Don't you think I know that? You didn't have to come out and say it. I'm the daughter of a great Rakugo artist. I never wanted to do stupid balloon art. I was supposed to be a Rakugo storyteller too, just like my late daddy. But Shisho told me to do balloon art instead. I guess the victim thought she had no talent as a Rakugo artist either. So you're still gonna suspect a poor little thing like me? Please, stop trying to skirt the issue. It all comes down to the scent of perfume and the cut on your forehead. You and the culprit in Owen's testimony share these two traits. You're dead set on accusing me, aren't you? Well, here's what I have for naughty little girls like you. With a twisty twist, and balloon! I'm a Kuchio witch! Oh, well, that's not what I was expecting. Go ahead, make me testify all you want. When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it?
Oh my, is this yet another hidden personality?
Simon, is everybody in the Tornado School like this?
How should I know?
Huh, this is sort of the same with the other pink lady. Yeah, I visited the dressing room during that time to make a courtesy call after my act. Shisho and Owen were in there, but they were both snoring up a storm. I saw the note Shisho left, so I just left. Didn't want to disturb him, you know. The perfume Owen smelled must have been left over from when I visited. So, Geiru's saying she went into the dressing room, but then left right away.
Don't take her at her word.
Come on, do you really think I would? I'm just trying to figure out how to get her to talk about what really happened.
Now then, Miss Sykes, you may proceed with your cross-examination.
Okay, let's see. Where do we want to start at with this one? Visiting after your act. That's fine. Shisho and Owen were sleeping. And you saw the note that Shisho left. This one, right? And if we look at the picture... Why would he... Let's press that. Well, where did you find the master's note? I don't know. I can't remember. Did you notice anything else unusual or out of place in the room? Well, there was this sake and a half-eaten manju on the table, but I didn't see anything else out of place or whatever in the room, though.
Is that a fact?
Of course it is. What do you think?
And you didn't change anything around while you were in there?
I didn't do anything. Look, I'm telling you. I didn't see anything funny near Shisho, and I didn't touch anything in the room.
Your baldness, I request that Geiru's last statement be added to her testimony.
Simon, what's a statement like that gonna do for us?
Just play along, and you'll see soon enough. I have no problem with adding that to the testimony, but how about you, Miss Sykes?
I have no problem with it either, Your Honor. What is Simon thinking? Well, that's an easy one, because the television, right? Let's press it first, just in case. So, I just want to confirm, you didn't see anything at all unusual or out of place around the anywhere around the victim? I already told you, nothing. And you didn't touch anything at all in the dressing room. How many times I gotta say it? No, I didn't touch anything. Wait, but then, is she saying she didn't see what Uendo immediately saw when he checked the victim's body? Does that mean it wasn't there yet at the time? Oh, hold on, I guess there was something. What is it? The soba making equipment was already there in the soba room. That means Bucky must have been there in the dressing room before me, doing something. Thanks for the non-help. Well, a new statement has been added, but she's still sticking to her guns. She said she didn't see anything unusual in the dressing room. But that strikes me as a little strange on its own. Really? Why? If Master Tornado really is the one who left that, you'd think Geiru would have noticed it. And if Master Tornado wasn't the one who left it, then we must ask who did. You know what I'm getting at, don't you, Athena? I think so. I really appreciate Simon's help, but I've got to come up with the answer myself this time. Okay, so what was in the room? So I immediately thought to the TV, but since Uendo has already arrived, it can't be the television, so we need to actually think about the timeline here. We take a look at the room. The equipment's already there. We haven't talked about the fridge yet, but we can assume that's where she got the murder weapon. There's probably a third drink, but that hasn't come up yet, so we won't talk about that. Television was already moved. TV... Oh yeah, the desk was... Not desk, the table was already moved. What was there that he saw? Not the deed. That's completely irrelevant. Not the invitation. Simon's statement. The cards. Oh, was it the cards? Let me think. Because he goes in there, and it says Owen 4th. Or if she went in there, there shouldn't be cards yet. I mean, they could be there, but it wouldn't spell anything, right? I think it is the cards. I'm only to take a game over in order to try that, because it's not the only two things in his room so far that have been moved are the contents of the fridge, which we haven't talked about yet, and the cards and the television, but the television should already be moved since Uendo's already there. Oh, wait, actually, should it be there? Hold on, because Uendo came in later, and he moved the TV, and then he discovered the body, but he also should have come in before his act, in which case it is the TV, right? Wait, no, why would the TV still be there? Hold on, let's think. Okay, who performs first? Let's see. Okay, Geiru goes to perform. She comes back. It's time for Uendo to perform. So he leaves. Then Geiru kills Shisho. Then Uendo comes back. And he sees that he's dead. No. No, Geiru comes in and she kills him. And then Uendo wakes up, finds out he's dead. Moves the TV. Leaves. Comes back. Oh, okay, so it is the cards, right? Because the cards needed to have been moved by her to be there in the first place, right? Objection! Yes, good. Geiru, you said you didn't notice anything odd or unusual but near your master. You also said you didn't touch anything in the dressing room. That's right. What about it? Oh, all the balloons are back. Then I wonder who left that dying message with the Karuta cards. What are you going on about? It had to have been that Bucky. Sorry, but that's not possible. Because only 3 people knew of Uendo's personalities. Uendo, your master, and you. Yeah. Oh, that's the first balloon popped. If Bucky had left that Karuta message, he wouldn't have spelled out Owen. He would have spelled out Uendo. What it boils down to is this. As a member of the Tornado School, you, Geiru Tornado, are the only one who could have left that dying message. And as that person who left the message, it's clear that you are Master Tornado's killer. Will you ever quit your yapping? You are like the wretches clinging to the spider thread of salvation. Allow me to cut that holy thread from the heavens and bring you back down to earth. No, that's not how that story goes, is it? That thread wasn't cut, the guy broke it himself. Because he was trying to kick people off the thread. Man, I really do hate Nayuta, and it gets worse every time he opens his mouth. Would you quit butting in wherever things start to go my way? Silence, child. Playtime is over. What did you just say? As the witness stated, she went into the dressing room and soon came back out again. But the victim's note was not the only reason she left with such haste. There was another reason that compelled Geiru to leave at once. Geiru, would you please relate said reason to the court? There was a reason why Geiru had to leave the dressing room? Well, I didn't want to show you this, but I guess I got no choice. Keep your eyes peeled, because here it comes. Oh? Ooh, that's a nasty burn. Your hand is all swollen and red. What happened, Geiru? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. Oh, okay, I thought it was a burn. I guess that makes sense. If it was a burn, she'd be in the hospital. What? How is he going to shift this into his direction? Allergic reactions to buckwheat can vary, though they're usually on the severe side. With Taifu Tornado making soba noodles in his dressing room, Geiru is lucky to still be alive, considering all the soba flour that was swirling in the air. Good thing I left pretty quick. I managed to escape with just a mild reaction. But I touched Shisho as he was being carried away, and look what it did to my poor hands. There must have been soba broth on his clothes or something. If I'd inhaled any of that soba flour, I'd have had a seizure, and it'd been good night, Geiru. I never could have stayed in that dressing room for very long. A person allergic to buckwheat flour couldn't be in a room with soba flour in the air, and certainly couldn't use soba dough as a murder weapon either. This isn't good. You knew it would come down to this, didn't you? That's why you never mentioned her allergy. Oh man, I am slipping up on these lines a lot. As if I would do anything so underhanded. I was simply trying to protect the privacy of the witness. Ha! I'm sick of all these accusations. Why don't I just testify and get it all open, yeah? If I come into the slightest contact with buckwheat, I get an allergic reaction. And with that much soba flour in the air, that room literally could have killed me. Look at my hand. Just touching Shisho's body caused this much damage. There must have been soba broth on his clothes. So I never could have committed that murder in the dressing room. Well, how do we want to approach this? I still can't believe it. Nobody told me she had a soba allergy. Did you know, Simon? Does it look like I knew? Protect the privacy of the witness, my foot. What a dirty trick. Now what do we do? There's only one thing to do. But Prosecutor Sad Monk... puts Prosecutor Sad Monk to shame with your cross-examination. Right. Alright, no matter how small, I'll find us an opening and break your testimony down. Alright. In that case, where do we want to start with this? Let's review the room real quickly. Because we can see the flowers all over the place, in the air as well. But... Because the soup broth didn't get on his clothes, did it? Picklin was making noodles from scratch. Room was covered in flour. 2 drink cans in the fridge. TV can be used to monitor the stage. Yeah, no, that's important. And I don't think any of this other stuff is relevant either. I think we just press on the statement where she talks about him having broth on his clothes. I have a question about that, actually. If you're allergic to soba, does that mean you're allergic to the noodle broth too? Well, the buckwheat from the noodles can dissolve into the broth, so duh. Touching soba broth can be just as deadly for me. Don't you know anything? What an amateur. I'm sorry. Do I look like a doctor to you? Look, anything that has soba in it, or anything that has touched soba is like poison to me. Interesting. So you never could have committed murder in that dressing room. Well, let's see, actually. Dun, dun, dun. Why do I feel like this is off about something? She went into this room. Anything with Soba, that's Soba, and anything that's touched Soba. Well, what touched Soba? The cards, perhaps? After all, she is the only one who could have left the card message, right? Are they repeating that again? They did repeat some things earlier in the trial. Yeah, I think it might just be the cards. Well, we can press this statement a little bit more, though. Maybe there's a twist here. Like, you're actually allergic to dogs and not Soba? Oh my god, Athena, that's so dumb. You kidding? Bringing my sweet little Jugemu in here? I'll hug and squeeze him like there's no tomorrow. I'm telling you, I have a genuine, honest-to-goodness Soba allergy. Defense. The witness clearly has an authentic allergy to buckwheat. Any further deliberation on the matter would be meaningless, pointless, worthless. Yeah, heard the man, lawyer girl? All right, fine. I was just starting to think the same thing myself. Doesn't mean I had to like it, though. I probably got this allergic reaction on my hand because I touched Shisho. Well, I'm thinking it's, because you shoved a ball of Soba dough in his face. Do I just press everything, perhaps? I don't think that's the way they want me to go with this. Well, we'll press everything, just to be sure. You're not lying about the Soba allergy of yours, right? Of course not. I swear on the grave of my father up in heaven. I can even get you a doctor's certificate if you want. She seems to be telling the truth. I've had this allergy for as long as I can remember, but I never dreamt in a million years it'd clear me of murder. And you'll come out of this smelling like a delicate buckwheat flower to boot. Well said, Your Honor. I'll give you that there was quite a bit of flour scattered about in the dressing room, but you went in to pay your respects to your master regardless, right? Yeah, but like I said, I came right back out. I mean, the Soba making tools were right there. You better believe I was careful not to breathe any of it in. But you still could have committed this crime if you'd held your breath while doing it. Don't be ridiculous. I would have suffocated to death before Shisho did. But yeah, I guess you're right. Jeez, get a grip, will ya? Alright. Yeah, no more statement press. So I just want to cover all my bases, but could the murder have possibly occurred somewhere other than the dressing room? That is out of the question. By even asking, you show your complete disregard for all we have discussed until now. Yes, I have to agree. The defense can't go around suggesting new premises without basis. Unfortunately for you, Shisho didn't take a single step from his dressing room around the time of the murder. Well, that is unfortunate for everyone. Okay, was a press everything situation. Geiru could not have possibly committed this crime in a room where Soba was being made. Ah, finally, the time has come for the last rites of the victim to begin. What would Mr. Wright do at a time like this? Off guess. There's only one thing to do. What are you smiling about? Has the pressure overwhelmed you? Nope. It's just that the worst of times are when lawyers have to force their biggest smiles. I see. You have no rebuttals, and so the only thing left for you to do is smile. Oh, ho ho ho. Not so fast, buddy. That's where you're wrong. I do have a rebuttal. Turn your thinking around, Athena. Don't try to figure out how Geiru, who is allergic to Soba, could commit the crime. Figure out how Geiru could be in that room and not have an allergic reaction instead. Oh, is it time for that, like, deep dive into your mind? Let me rest. Maybe if I were a lump of regular flour dough for udon noodles. But I'm fresh like my soba, and you don't let soba dough rest. This is all about the three freshes. Grind the buckwheat seeds fresh, cut the dough fresh, and boil the noodles fresh. I don't think he said it a single time all the way through, has he? Ah, he's blacked out. Oh, and I messed up Blacko's voice there. It appears to have been written by the victim. Allow me to read it. Resting. Do not disturb. Yes, that's the note I saw. After reading that, who wouldn't think Shisho was napping? If you must know, I'm allergic to buckwheat. Oh, okay, I get it. Mon Dieu! What if that certain piece of evidence doesn't mean what we think it means? If that's the case, I might be able to prove that Geiru could have committed this crime. No matter how hard you search your mind, you cannot overturn facts. Well, Miss Sykes, if you have no further objections, I'll hand down my ruling. True, I can't overturn facts, but what if we got our facts about a piece of evidence wrong? Got our facts wrong? What are you talking about now? And which piece of evidence do you mean, Miss Sykes? Please, point it out to this court. This evidence proves that Geiru could have killed her master, even with her soba allergy. Yes, because the dough was resting at the time, right?
Take that!
It's Master Tornado's note.
The note?
Preposterous. What possible connection could there be between the witness's allergy and that note? The answer lies in the true meaning of this note.
Its true meaning?
This note does not mean I am resting, do not disturb, as we had assumed. But rather, it actually means this dough is resting, do not disturb it.
Wait a minute, Athena. That doesn't make any sense.
You're right, it doesn't. After all, as Bucky told us many a time, you don't let soba dough rest. But what's all this jibber-jabber got to do with anything? This is it, the home stretch. This note and Mr. Wet's words have led me to the conclusion that Master Tornado was not making noodles. Wait, which one is this? He was making udon noodles, right? The victim, Typhoon Tornado, was not making buckwheat noodles. He was making ordinary udon noodles instead.
Pokunka!
That layer of flour in the dressing room wasn't soba flour, but plain old wheat flour for udon. So actually, it was totally possible for Geiru to be in the room and kill her master.
Oh, that's a very elastic balloon. Nope, never mind. What? But if that's true, it changes everything.
Your Honor, the defense requests that the flour in the room be tested immediately. But soba noodles were found in the bowl, and Geiru did have a reaction on her hand. How do you explain those things? Well... Even if it were udon flour instead of soba, you cannot prove Geiru committed the crime. But...
Don't lose your nerve now. Keep charging forward or you'll feel my blade at your back.
Enough of the threats already. I got it. Talk about pressure. Alright, Athena. Take a deep breath and go over everything again. Ah, here's the mind dive I was waiting for. I'm going to revisualize the case from start to finish. I have to find conclusive evidence that Geiru committed this murder. What was Master Tornado making in his dressing room? Udon. Yep, okay, so I'm probably not going to read this. I want to just talk about my theory, but I said it earlier. So I started suspecting Geiru back whenever it showed the illustration of her feeding the dog. Because feeding the dog dumplings, which I get, it makes sense, kind of, but between the odd choice of food and her staring at, like, just in the distance, something clearly was not right. So the reason Bucky left was that he needed to get more noodle dough or whatever, because his stock in the fridge was running out. He only had one left. Which means, of course, that Geru could have just killed him and then used the dog to dispose of it and then replaced it with the stuff in the fridge, right? Yeah, that was my original theory. And as you can see here, it seems that it's going to be correct. You have to hide the udon dough. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. But why did the culprit take the udon away and hide it? It's because she killed him with the udon dough, yeah? This is a pretty long mind dive section. Oh, okay. Well, I guess that's the end, actually. And that's it! The udon dough was the real weapon used to kill Typhoon Tornado. And the reason why no weapon was found was because Geru got rid of the dough somehow. The real murder weapon was the udon dough the victim made. If we can find this dough, that'll prove my theory correct. And undeniably prove Geru's guilt. Even if we could find this dough, what makes you think it would prove she is the one? Please recall Owen's eyewitness testimony, Prosecutor Sanmati. If the injury on Geru's forehead was caused by the victim's knife, then Geru's blood must have dripped down on the dough she used as a murder weapon. That would make the dough pretty conclusive evidence, wouldn't you agree? Ah, but where is this conclusive evidence? Let us hear your theory on where this murder weapon is. Well, if I can't find the answer, then the evidence I have on hand will lose this trial. So how did Geru get rid of the udon dough? Think, Athena. What do I have that points to suspicious behavior on Geru's part?
Now then, Miss Sykes, let's hear your answer. Where is the real murder weapon hidden?
Nice barking you did there. I assume you have the bite to back it up. Now stop distracting me, especially not right now. This piece of evidence can point us to the location of the hidden murder weapon. Is it the backstage diagram, or is it the statement? Let me see. The statement. Okay. Geru? Huh? What is it? I'm just an innocent girl. I don't know anything about a murder. Stuff that cute act in your balloon hat. Ah. Geru got rid of the dough she used to kill Master Tornado in a bold and daring way. She did it right in front of Prosecutor Blackquill's nose by feeding it to her dog. No, I... Ha ha ha. Oh. Of course, now it all makes sense. I was puzzled as to why Geru, who should know her own dog's eating habits, would feed Jugemu more than he could possibly finish. Your Honor, please order an investigation in the yard right now.
And what should the police at the theater be looking for, exactly?
Jugemu must have buried his leftover dumplings somewhere around his doghouse. Dumplings that Geru made out of the udon dough with her blood in it. This is preposterous. I want to thank you, Simon. If you hadn't kept me going, I might have given up along the way.
What are you blathering on about? You still have work to do. Now, by your hand, finish this wretched case off, Athena.
You got it. Geru, do you remember what you said would happen when the truth is finally revealed? When the truth's revealed, it'll be your balloon or mine that goes pop. Got it? Well, now the truth is out, and it looks to me like it's your balloon that goes pop. Ah! Are they all gonna pop, perhaps, or just the one? Oh. Is this thing what's gonna pop it? Nope, it's just gonna hit him. Okay.
Pokunka!
I'm a Rakugo artist. I was the one who was supposed to inherit that name. But then Shisho... Oh, pop. Here they go. Been waiting for that to happen for a while. Why are my balloons bursting? Daddy, are you mad at me? I I've been a bad girl. I... I... Ah... oh, she's screaming. I thought she was trying to say something. Oh, yeah, I was waiting for that to happen, too. Oh, it was a wig. Oh, I mean, I guess I should have expected that. It's just the unnatural hair colors in this game have, kind of made me think that people's hair is actually as it's supposed to be. Oh, are you ready to tell us everything now, Geru? The whole reason I entered the world of Rakugo in the first place was to follow in my father's wonderful footsteps and inherit his stage name. His stage name? You don't mean
Uendo Tornado.
I knew I wasn't very good at storytelling, but I thought that if I did the stupid balloon thing like Shisho wanted, I'd inherit the name someday. But Master Tornado gave the name to his junior disciple. Yeah. That's why I took my revenge on Shisho during the show, celebrating the name succession. So that was your entire motive? I doubt anybody else could understand, but inheriting my father's name was everything to me. It was my whole reason for living.
Of all the days you could have taken your revenge, why did you choose the day of the show?
Because I wanted to pay Wendo back for stealing what was rightfully mine. I wanted to pin the blame on him at the show where all the Tornado fans were gathered. But then Wendo tried to shift the blame onto Bucky Wet. And now we know the whole story.
There's just one more thing I want to know. Did you know Master Tornado was making udon in his dressing room yesterday?
No, I didn't. When I saw the soba making tools, I was worried about my allergy. But it was my only chance to get my revenge on the two of them, so I went ahead and did it.
So, it was a premeditated crime, but in the end, you only went through with it on an impulse. Then, the allergic reaction on your hand... Is it from touching the soba in the refrigerator with your bare hands, when you were tampering with the crime scene after your master's death?
Yeah. By that time, I wasn't clear-headed enough to worry about my allergy.
Geru, how could you do all of this, you idiot?
Geru, I get your desire to inherit your father's name, but what you really should have inherited from him wasn't his name, but his heart. His heart. Oh, is this the end, perhaps? Well, I mean, obviously it is the end. Is this like the last line?
Do you have anything to add, Prosecutor Sanmari? Any objections?
No, Your Honor. Miss Athena Sykes? Yes? That's the first time he's used my name. I shall be sure to remember your name. Really?
It seems he finally recognizes you as a proper adversary.
Thanks. That's all I ask, Prosecutor Sanmari.
It looks like there are no further objections. Bailiff, please bring in the defendant.
Oh, is he good now?
Ah, good. It seems you've made a full recovery. Now then, this court finds the defendant, Bucky Wet, not guilty.
Well, that was an astonishingly short trial, and one that I don't think was especially well written. I wonder why they did that.
This court is adjourned.
Perhaps they're going to do a double trial for the final chapter? I mean, I feel like they kind of have to at this point. Or at least stretch out the one trial we have as much as possible, because it seems like they just pulled us away from Kurain for no reason at this point. Congratulations, Bucky. I'm so glad you were found innocent. Thanks for everything, Miss Chickadee. But it still sucks that you were accused of a crime you didn't commit. Did Uendo have it out for you or something? I don't think so.
Uendo said it was a spur-of-the-moment idea he got when he saw the soba-themed cards.
Simon, where have you been?
I stopped in at Uendo's questioning. Only you, Bucky. could get framed for a crime on a whim. No way. I almost got convicted out of convenience? Well, at least you've been completely cleared of all charges, so buck up, Bucky. One more important note. What I really want to know is, why didn't Master Tornado let Garu inherit her father's name? What do you mean on a more important note, Miss Chickadee? Ah, don't be such a wet blanket. Just go with the flow, now come on. You think the Master was trying to encourage her to quit the entertainment business? No, that's not it. He didn't give the name to her because he wanted Garu to find her own calling in life. To perform whatever she wanted without being bound by her father's name or Rakugo. Making udon was his way of showing his support for her in her new endeavor. So that's why he called you to the theater? To teach him how to make udon? A more roundabout way I've never seen, but that's Master Tornado for you. So this entire incident happened because of a misunderstanding? How sad. By the way, Garu wasn't the only person Master Tornado was trying to cheer on, even though the person in question still seems unaware of the Master's intentions. What? You talking about me? Come on, no way. All that old man ever did was criticize my Soba. That's not true, Bucky. There must be some way to make Bucky see just how much Master Tornado cared about him. Was the deed? I don't think it was the deed, was it? That's also the only thing here that's really in relation to him. I mean, it could also be the invitation since it's all Soba themed. Well, this is something that I definitely could mess up. First time I think I haven't been totally sure about the ending thing. Let me see. Invitation sign received. Balloon Act, Soba Glutton, and Time Soba. I'm gonna go with the invitation, yeah? Is that supposed to mean something to me, Miss Chickadee? Uh-huh. I thought this would do the trick, but I guess not. I knew it. That old man never expected much out of me. You're so dense, the both of you. Bucky, take a good look at this deed, and at the holder's name in particular. Oh, okay. Well, I guess I was right with my other guess. It's still my name. It's still in my name. Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he asked you... Oh, bleh. Master Tornado was just up to one of his tricks when he said he stole the shop from you. He was trying to force you to grow into a truly capable owner in your father's stead. He probably used some tough love on you so that the shop wouldn't just go belly up. I see. I never knew. Oh, Master Tornado. I'm so sorry. Keep working hard, Bucky, and pay him back by living up to his expectations. Thanks, Saimi, and you too, Miss Chickadee. One day my soba's gonna be so good it'll knock that old man's socks clean off. After all, I'm the 4th generation owner of Wet Soba. Wet Noodle number 4. Well, I'd better be getting back to my shop. I gotta get ready for the lunch rush. Hold on. Could I place an order for delivery, Bucky? Yeah, Miss Chickadee? Could you deliver a bowl of udon to Garu on behalf of her master? You got it. I'll make sure it's got all the good TLC Master Tornado would have packed in it, too. Thank you. Well, see you. Be sure to drop by the shop sometime. I will, and I'll bring the whole agency with me. Do us all proud, Bucky. I'll have the best soba in town waiting for you when you come. Peace out. Man, it's nice to see somebody giving it their all, isn't it? I wonder if I've leveled up any thanks to this case. Don't kid yourself. The trial would have been a spectacle and a half had I not been by your side. You don't know that. For a lawyer who's versed in psychology, you're too full of weak points. You need to learn to analyze yourself more objectively. Or you could just teach me your famous mind trick, Simon. No. Well, why to shut someone down, and why not? Because the more pesky lawyers there are, the harder my job becomes. So
So it's in my best interest for you to remain green forever. Hey, what about what's in my best interest, huh? Besides, weren't you the one who had to pull the wool over... who had the wool pulled over your eyes by Uendo? Must you remind me? How could I have known Uendo would do Time Soba? Hey, speaking of Time Soba, I just thought of something funny. Oh, goody. I can't wait. Okay, here it is. In Time Soba, why didn't Mon number 9 get counted? Come on, do you know, Simon? How should I know? Because 789. Thank you, I'll be here all week. What? Rolling on the floor, laughing. That I should have known. Come on, let's go get soba or something and go home. Your treat? I'll treat you 50% of the tab, and don't forget you still owe me for that manju. Really, Simon? It wouldn't hurt for you to pay for everyone. You wouldn't hurt for you to pay me every once in a while, you know. Quit squawking and start walking, Athena. Hey, wait for me. Jeez. I may still have a ways to go as a lawyer, but just like Mr. Wright, Apollo, and Simon before me, I'm gonna get there someday. After all, I've inherited their passion for our courts and the law. Je peux le faire. I can do this. Okay, okay, so it had a nice ending, I guess, but that was still... It feels like a waste of a chapter. Yeah, let's save that. Okay, I need to talk before we continue this next chapter. We can watch the opening cutscene, though, before I talk. Oh, that's quite quiet. Very quiet, actually.
That's far enough.
Who's there?
It is I, the Plumed Punisher, warrior of Neo Twilight Realm.
Okay. I guess that was something.
Good people of Khura'in, we can't allow things to go on like this.
Oh, and suddenly his broadcast is in
Defense
HD.
Culpability Act has done nothing but produce countless victims of wrongful convictions. The time to act is now, for we, the Defiant Dragons, have obtained the ultimate weapon, the Founder's Orb.
Okay.
And to the Garenian regime, make no mistake about it, I will personally dethrone you.
That's...
A dragon never yields, nor will he rest until his revolution is complete.
Huh. Okay. Let's... I'm not gonna talk about that for a second yet. Let's just talk about that previous chapter, huh? What a astounding waste of memory space, huh? I know the DS wasn't especially confined, but this game is really good, okay? I want to get that out of the way. It's very, very good. I loved it. Whenever they're in Khura'in. In fact, even whenever we went back to doing Apollo and Trissie's case, I still quite liked it. Sure, they pulled out a new character out of nowhere, but it still was nice. It seemed like we could set something up to actually finish Apollo and Trissie's character, because up until that point, they sort of seemed, you know, like they weren't gonna go anywhere. They'll just leave their entire plot line hanging. But then we got to that chapter, previous one, and it was a Athena and Simon chapter. And that's so weird. Why would they do that? I mean, I guess they just want to show off the cast of characters, but they're taking away from a very interesting main story in an interesting setting with two characters that are already established and have been having lacking screen time recently. And I know the special chapter isn't a continuation. It's more like the previous one, where it's just something that happened at some point. So it's kind of hard for me to think well of that previous chapter, especially considering how, like, very surface. It feels like it's something that came out of the original trilogy. Like it's like a chapter 2 or 3, not 2, chapter 3 or 4 from the original trilogy, where it just kind of has nothing to do with what's happening. Oh, I guess some of the original trilogy was just 4 chapters, huh? Yeah. Well, the point is, it doesn't add anything. I don't know what's up with that. Huh. Well, we're gonna start this chapter today because if we stopped here, it'd be a very short stream, and then we'll start today, but we're definitely not finishing. And this concludes our report on the recent television hijacking incident in Kurain. But really, who could have anticipated such a surprising turn of events? Did you hear that, Polly? Someone's hijacked the airways over there. It's like it's something out of a movie. Apollo? Yeah. Dirk, what are you up to this time? Oh, wait a second. Do you know the TV hijacker or something, Apollo? You could say that, but it was a long time ago. And why do you know someone like that? I mean, they're calling him an insurgent. Yeah, about that. Oh, who's this? Hey now, is that any way to talk about the man who raised you? Huh? Oh yeah, he's here. I was right. Hey there, Apollo. Long time no see. How have you been, son? Is that the guy that was on TV? Ha 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 ha! Guilty as charged. Surprised to see me, Apollo? I just beamed in from Kurain, and boy are my arms tired. This can't be happening. I must be dreaming. Or hallucinating, or both. No, you're not, Apollo. It's that TV hijacker / insurgent in this flesh. I'm so confused. Mr. Hijacker, sir, I have so many questions I don't even know where to begin. But let's start with that bit about the man who raised you. Wait, don't tell me you haven't told anyone about me, son. It's okay to brag about it. Tell everyone your old man's me, the Rebel Dirk. I mean, my face is all over the TV these days. I'm practically a celebrity. Ha ha! Trucy, what do you say we close up early today? What? Why? Oh, come on, son. No need for the cold shoulder. I know I'm gonna regret this, but... what do you want, Dirk? You just show up here without warning after all this time? What gives? I came all this way to see you, son. Come, rejoice! Right. Why don't you tell me the real reason you're here? Well, okay, so maybe there's a little something I need your help with, too. But the fact is, I came here to see you. That's the honest truth. Yes, I think we've established that. It figures. I haven't seen him in 10 plus years, and he's already asking for a favor. He really is a rebel in the pure sense. He just does whatever he pleases. Come on, Polly, I need details. Inquiring minds want to know. Okay, hold your horses. First, I've got a few questions of my own. Pleased to meet you, little lady. My name's Dirk Sudmati. I'm, well, a rebel by trade. A rebel? But on TV they were calling you an insurgent. So, which is it? Personally, I vote for a rebel with a cause. A real headache for anyone in your way. Trucy. Oh, that's quite accurate. You got me there. I'm the head of a resistance group. The Defiant Dragons. We're like the good, the bad, and the ugly, but without the good part. In Kurain, I'm like the boogeyman. A tall tale parents use to spook their kids straight. That's too bad. You seem like you'd be fun. A cool guy to hang out with. This little lady's a real catch, son. I'm talking bride material if you get my drift. No, that's kind of weird and awkward. Wait, what? Oh, stop it. You're embarrassing me. Dad? Oh, she's a plucky one, all right. Someone pluck me out of my misery. Now,
About that man who raised you business. What did Mr. Dirk mean when he said that he's the man who raised you, Apollo? The truth is, I grew up in the kingdom of Kurain. Did I, never mention that? Oh, so you grew up in... Kurain? Wait, are you saying you're not from around here, Polly? No, it's just I was raised in Kurain when I was really little. Still, that's a shocker. It's like I hardly know anything about you. How come you never told me? Apollo, you really haven't said a word about your past, have you? What, that I was raised by a wanted criminal? It's like a bad joke. It does sound rather melodramatic. I doubt anyone would even believe you. So, you two haven't seen each other in a while, huh? You could say that. I'd wager it's been at least 10 years. Wow, that's a really long time. Yeah, well, I figured he'd forgotten about me. Not a chance. It's just, well, starting a revolution takes time, and keeping it going even more so. And being a wanted man, I couldn't just hop on a plane and come say hello. I get it. It's fine. Though, truth be told, it's weird having Dirk suddenly show up acting all paternal. I'd even almost forgotten about Kurain. No, that's not true. I probably tried to forget about it on purpose. Now then, Mr. Dirk, what is it we can help you with? I need to get my hands on the Founder's Orb, the most sacred treasure of Kurain. That's where you come in. The Founder's Orb? Wait, but didn't you say you already have it in the broadcast of yours? Ha 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 ha! Oh, don't go believing everything you see on TV, little lady. No one's seen hide nor hair of the Founder's Orb for some time. No way! So, that was just a bluff? What are you gonna do if you don't find it? I don't know. Guess that just means we have to find it, son. 'Cause I can't really back down now, can I? Ha ha ha! Oh, different year, same old Dirk. It's all coming back to me now. Hold on. I think I read something about this in the newspaper a while back. Something about you guys stealing a sacred treasure from the temple's treasure room. Oh, that's a load of crock. We didn't lay a finger on the orb. Really? Yes. Baseless allegations, all of it. Our enemy has really found a way to keep us on our toes. Oh, so it's like a setup. That's the long and short of it. However, my compatriot has been hot on the orb's trail. And just the other day, his hard work finally paid off. We now know the Founder's Orb is in Kurain Village. Kurain Village? Yes, I hear there are spirit mediums there. They even have a direct relations with Kurain. Spirit mediums? Right. Some doctor of archaeology there supposedly has the orb. His name is Archie Buff. My Defiant Dragon compatriot has already made contact with him. Apparently, someone asked the doctor to study the orb. So, whoever asked him to do that is the real thief? Most likely. And you think the guy will just hand the orb over to you? My compatriot Dat says Dr. Buff has already promised to do so. It seems he knew it had been stolen and wanted to do the right thing. That's... I remember running around with him when I was a kid. So he's here too, huh? Apollo, I want you to be present as my lawyer when I take possession of the orb. Would you do that for me? Oh yeah, sure. I'd love to. I don't know if Apollo will. Oh, he will. Fine. But I'll charge my standard fee. Now, tell me about the Founder's Orb. If I remember correctly, the Founder's Orb is always depicted as a faceless spirit medium. What do you mean, faceless? Images of the Founder, the Holy Mother of Kurain, never show her face. To depict it is to commit the greatest taboo in Kurainism. The greatest taboo, huh? I wonder why. I mean, what could she have looked like to make him hide her face like that? As for the Founder's Orb, it was discovered during an excavation 8 years ago, and has an interesting legend that goes along with it.
It's said that there's a riddle to the orb, and that any who can solve it will receive immense spiritual power from the founder herself. That sounds like one big fairy tale to me. In any case, it's just what us Defiant Dragons need to get our revolution started. With it, we can gain the spiritual power, and thus the legal authority to rule Khurain. Wait, suppose I believe in this legend. Then anyone could become king or queen? And that's why you think it'll help you overthrow the Garan regime? Only the rulers of Khurain have ever laid eyes on the Orb Apollo, a legendary treasure that bestows immense spiritual power. Doesn't that sound sort of something like you'd want to see with your own two eyes? That does sound just a tiny bit intriguing. Alright. That should just about cover everything. Any other questions? Not right now. Ah, I'd almost forgotten. I brought you a present. Eat up, son. Sushi? I figured you probably couldn't afford 3 square meals a day, so... Yay! I was just thinking it was time for lunch. You dig in too, little lady. After all, we're practically family, right? Ha 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 ha!
Thanks, Dad. Oh, that tuna looks good.
This salmon sushi's got my name on it.
Oh, am I giving him judge voice? I think I might be accidentally giving him judge voice.
Aren't you hungry, son? This is some of the best sushi you'll ever have.
I'm good.
Oh. Well, okay then. Actually, I have one more present for you. Here.
What's this?
A picture of your father. It's been 23 years since he passed away.
Uh-huh? This is my father?
His name was Jove Justice.
Jove?
I haven't talked to you about your real father in some time, but as you know, he was a musician, a wandering minstrel, if you will, and a talented one at that.
Why are you giving this to me now?
I thought it was sad you didn't know what your old man looked like. I searched high and low to find that one picture.
What's wrong, Apollo? Don't you want it?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like I ever met the guy. Well, I went through all the trouble of finding it, so go on, take it. And don't ever let it go, you hear? Well, now that our bellies are full, what do you say we hit the road?
1 second. Hey, Trucy, any idea where Athena is? She left early this morning to pick up Daddy from the airport.
Oh, I almost forgot. Mr. Wright is coming back today.
Yeah, but I wonder why he cut his trip short like that. Anyway, shouldn't they have been back by now?
Knowing Athena, she probably got lost. Well, there's no point sitting around here waiting. Let's get going.
I can't wait to see that super mysterious treasure.
Khurain Village, then. The Founder's Orb awaits.
Oh, are we leaving Khurain for good? That's a tad disappointing if it's true.
I hope the reason he hasn't shown up is because he's decided to stay. Ah, it's been a while since we've been here. The background's animated now. Oh, and we can see the fox wrestler in the poster in the bus stand. So this is Khurain, a mystical village of spirit channeling, and where ancient traditions come alive. Looks like a really peaceful place. Ah, I love the air here. Nothing beats the mountains, huh, Apollo? Come to think of it, we used to live way up in the mountains too, just like this. Sure brings back memories. Those were the days. The 3 of us living happily in peace.
I still can't wrap my mind around it all, you know? That Mr. Dirk is not only Polly's daddy, but Prosecutor Sanmati's as well. And the way you two talked about it like it was nothing the whole bus ride here. I guess it is a lot to take in. So tell me, Mr. Dirk, what was Apollo like as a kid? Oh,
He was full of piss and vinegar, he was. A real rascal. He and Yuta used to run around in the open fields naked as jaybirds. I even got pictures of him posing in his birthday suit. Whoa, Dirk.
No way! Prosecutor's son Madi used to be like that too?
Oh, the two of them would just end up with leeches on their butts and cry like babies. Haha.
Dirk, don't you think you've said enough?
You're no fun.
Yeah, I wanted to hear more about the misadventures of Polly. Hey, what are you people doing here?
Who's this?
Oh, it's... okay. Emma?
You know this lady, son?
Yeah, this is Emma Skye. She's a detective. Technically speaking, I'm a forensics expert, but I'll let it slide. Anyway, I can't say I'm surprised to see you here. You always seem to pop up whenever there's trouble afoot. Still, what are the odds of running into you out here in the boonies? By trouble, you mean you're investigating a case? Does it look like I'm here to sightsee? Wait, don't tell me. You're not here to see Dr. Buff, are you? Huh? How'd you know that? We're actually on our way to meet with him right now. Figures. Well, follow me. I'll show you the way. Really?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, son. Just follow the nice lady. Alright. To the doctor's study. I assume he's dead, yeah? Interesting room. So, this is Dr. Buff's study.
Wow, look at all those books. Oh, wow, that is a lot. The shelves go from floor to ceiling. It's like a library in here.
Yes, and lots of artifacts, too. A true archaeologist's paradise. Look, son, there are so many relics they're spilling onto the floor. What a delightfully amusing room. All I see is a mess. And what's that white outline? Emma, where's the doctor?
Well, the thing is, he died last night.
Wait, what?
It seems an avalanche of books knocked him off his bookshelf ladder. We're labeling it an accidental death.
What?
Please, tell me you're joking. As if I'd come all the way out here for a few laughs, Apollo.
Yeah, I guess not. A scholar killed by his own books. Oh man, what do we do now?
I mean, how can he transfer ownership of the orb to you if he's dead?
Yes, that is a problem. Emma, could you please tell us exactly what happened?
So the doctor died in an accident? I received a call this morning saying Dr. Buff had been found dead under a pile of books.
This morning? Talk about bad timing.
You mentioned that he had fallen off a ladder. Right. We believe he fell from the top of that big ladder there.
Oh, there certainly are a lot of books missing.
Apparently, he triggered an avalanche of books while fumbling to reach one. And that sent him headlong on a fatal fall into the hard floor. How sad. Killed by his own books. But at least he was doing something he loved.
For a scholar, I suppose it's kind of like a soldier being killed in line of duty. You could say he died an honorable death.
Emma, who was the first one to discover the body? About that, whoever it was, it seems they wanted to remain anonymous.
What?
It happens now and then. Some people would rather not get involved with the police.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, being a wanted man and all. What now, Dirk? A dead man can't exactly hand over the orb.
We'll just have to find it. It must be around here somewhere.
Just to fill you in, Emma, we're actually here to get something. Pops here had an agreement with the doctor. The doctor was supposed to hand over a sacred relic known as the Founder's Orb.
Pops?
Oh, I see. That could be a problem considering he's dead. Do you have a plan B?
I have an agreement in writing. My compatriot Dats should have it.
Well, there shouldn't be any problems then. So, who is this gentleman you're escorting? Right. I haven't introduced you yet. This is Dirk. He's from the Kingdom of Kurain. All the way from Kurain, huh? So, what do you do there? I used to practice law, but I'm taking a break from all that. I'm focused now on making Kurain into a better place through volunteer work. Volunteer work, huh? How interesting. Well, it's not technically a lie. So, how do you two know each other? He's sort of my foster father. Come again? Yeah, he's Prosecutor Sanmari's real father, too. What? You mean you and Prosecutor Sanmari are brothers? I'm so sorry. It seems you've had quite a life. I guess she's put a few things together. Actually, Dirk, you look kind of familiar. Have we met before? Not that I recall. Great. She must have seen the news report on TV. It will really complicate things if she figures out he's a wanted man. There's a lot of guys who look like him. Sure you're not mistaking him for someone else? Are there, really? I mean, a middle-aged man with long hair and an eye patch? You don't see that every day. Well, I'm sure you're just imagining things. So, what does that sacred relic you're searching for look like? I mean, there's lots of stuff in here that's old and relic-y. Indeed. Unfortunately, I have no idea what it actually looks like. So then, how are we supposed to find it? That I do not know either. We'll just have to go through each candidate one by one. Great plan of attack there, Dirk. Well, Emma, do you mind if we give this room a once-over? I guess not. But in exchange, you're going to help me with my investigation. Sure, it can't hurt. Oh, I can't wait to get started. It'll be like hunting for buried treasure. Alright, well, time to investigate a room. Let's take a look around. That statue's relevant. That pot's relevant. There's a Toltec head back there. That has the Kurain symbols on it. As always, the shelf is just barely not big enough for an extra jar. Oh, that's... I remember that. Dang. That notebook's probably important. Actually, I can look up, can't I? No, I can't. In that case, let's start with everything over here, because this is all familiar stuff. There's a brown stain on the scroll. Why does it smell like gravy? Why would there be a gravy stain on it? Who knows, but it looks like it's meant to be there. Maybe the artist was trying to inspire a gravy new trend. Food splatter art. That pun wounded me gravely, Dirk. The statue. It's a golden statue. Looks pretty old, too. I imagine it has great archaeological value. Maybe too great for a private researcher of Dr. Buff's caliber. I wonder how he got his hand on something like this. Ami. Why is someone's name written on it? Maybe it's so if it ever got lost, someone could return it to its owner. You know, like how school kids put their names on things. Yeah, but it's just an urn, and the name is written so big. Well, I wrote my name on my magic panties. It says, "Right" in super big letters. The less said about this, the better. That's one big suitcase. It's locked. Is it the doctor's? No, somebody left it here last night. So the doctor might have had a visitor? But how can you tell? That sticker there. You only see those on airport luggage. Which means its owner is likely from overseas. Is there any way to figure out who it belongs to? Not unless we can open it to see what's inside. I guess not. Heh heh heh. Ha ha ha! Who is this? That's because you're not me. Emma Skye, forensics expert extraordinaire. Oh, it's her laughing. Try as you might, you won't find the word impossible in my forensics handbook. Is she okay, son? It's like she's become an entirely different person. Oh, that's just what happens when her forensic switch gets flipped. Now with this, identifying the suitcase's owner will be as easy as pie. Is that fingerprint powder? That's right, and there's no better time than the present to use it. Here we go. You remember how to do this, right? I apply powder to where I think some prints might be and blow any excess off? Exactly. Well, have at it. Now where would I expect to find prints on a suitcase? Oh, look at this, we have to inspect a 3D model again. It's been a while since we had something like that, yeah? Wait, how do I reset the camera? There we go. Blink, 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 blink. Oh, I only get a few pushes. Or a few taps. Oh, I hate trying to move this camera. There we go. Is that not enough? Come on. Oh right, I had to do this, I forgot. Can I zoom? I don't think so. In this case, let's just hit confirm. It doesn't look like there's any prints here. Yes it does. What are you talking about, Apollo? Look. Prints there. Come on. Look at the prints, Apollo. Come on. There are prints, Apollo. Look at them. Okay, back to the dusting mode, I guess. More powder. Add more. That didn't change anything. Well, how about we look at the other side then, huh? Oh, that's a pretty big print. That's a palm print. So it's not going to do me much. I guess I'm just going to have to keep pressing the powder then. Or on the handle, right? So it seems like to me. Just keep on putting the powder there. And then poof, blow away. And those are fingerprints. Very clear, very clear. And it should count, right? This one isn't clear enough for a match. Where else could someone leave prints? Oh, okay, fine. I guess they aren't clear enough. Well, let's go over to a different section then. Onto this handle. Print time. Print time. Didn't see anything there. Is there nothing on this handle? Huh. Oh, I guess there's not. Okay, where else would someone else grab a suitcase? Okay, let's rotate this. Just so I can get a better look at this prints again. Because it looks clear enough to me. Maybe I just had to hit the other fingerprint, yeah? No, why did it say there's no prints there? There's very clearly prints there. Okay, not clear enough for a match. Okay. Not clear enough for a match. How about this one? Oh, come on, there is a print there. Okay, I'm gonna get my mouse out. There are prints there. Come on. I'm trying to be as accurate as possible. Oh, that's not how the mouse works. Okay, the mouse is not helping. I guess I need to check somewhere else. Oh, hey, look at that. We got another bot. Let me zap them real quick. Zap. Okay, back to looking for prints. Well, let's reset the camera. How about that? And which button was that? There we go. Well, if for some reason the prints on the handle are not it,
And there's no prints on this handle. Let's look up here. Let me see, where would you be grabbing it? Grab it there, pull. It seems to me like this handle is the only, or the two handles are the only places where you would really grab it. Nothing on the bottom, right? Or the side? No. So why is it not this? Maybe the bottom. Do we check the bottom side? No, that's not it. Huh. We can check this handle one more time. That's not it. Underside. I don't think they'd be so mean as to put it on the other side. But we had to check anyways. Oh, the sticker. The new sticker. Where's the new sticker at? Is it this one? Aha, there we go. That's a print. And I think I can analyze that, right? Let's see. No, there's a print there. Hey, Emma, I've got a pretty clear print here. Okay, let me know who you think it could belong to. Who could it be? It had to be someone that paid Dr. Buff a visit. Well, let's take a look. I'm willing to bet it's Phoenix Wright. Okay, it's not. Okay, it's Dats. Gotcha. Oh man, they make the fingerprint analyzing pretty slow in this game, huh? We have a match. That's... Come to think of it, he did stop by to see the doctor, didn't he? To conclude the orb transfer agreement. So, he's the one who forgot his suitcase here. Where do you suppose he is now? I haven't heard from him in a while, and he's not answering his phone. Well, wait, you don't think he left his phone inside his suitcase, do you? I wouldn't put it past that knucklehead. Actually, I think we may have run into him earlier. Really? A suspicious man had been reported in the area, but when one of my officers approached to question him, he took off like a shot. What? Oh, sorry about that. Kuraini's people aren't all like him, I swear. Well, he's probably still in the village somewhere. Maybe he knows something about the orb. Oh, and now we gotta go find Dirk. Not Dirk, Dats. Right? No? Oh, were we not done investigating? Oh, we weren't done investigating. Of course not. Duh. There's still stuff to find. Back to investigating. Check the book on the ground. Oh, look. It's one of those doctor's notebooks. Maybe there's something about the orb in there. It's a photo of the treasure box. The one from the temple's treasure room. Let's see here. Mitama motif from Kurain. Founding period. When dragon and tiger battle, the founder offers divine protection. When the butterfly embraces the Mitama, the favor of the orb is bestowed. Offer thy prayers as fervent as a fire, only then shall the Holy Mother return. Ascending upon us in all her glory, the founder bestows the greatest power known. These must be the research notes of the founder's orb. And what's that on the right page? It looks like a poem or something. Let's see. Oh, it's the song that's performed during the Dance of Devotion. It's been sung during Kuraini's rites of offering since ancient times. Oh, I think I've heard of that. There's also a legend associated with the song. Some say the solution to the orb's riddle is contained therein. It's in a song everyone in Kuraini knows? Not much of a way to keep it secret.
It's called Hiding Secrets in Plain Sight, Polly. Us magicians know all about it.
Huh, that's strange.
What is?
Dr. Buff's notes contain the second half of the song. Only the first half is sung during the dance devotion. Most people haven't even heard the second half.
The second half? As in the part that begins, offer thy prayers?
I'm impressed. That's some thorough research that he was conducting. Alright, what else do we want to check? I'd say back over to the other side of the room to check the body, probably, or the body outline.
So, this is where Dr. Buff died. Poor man, he fell right on his head and probably died almost instantly. I see some blood on the book there, but what's that dark stain? It appears to be coffee. It's still damp, so it must have gotten on there recently. Perhaps even last night.
That's a mighty big window he's next to. Big enough for someone to see inside.
Exactly. That's how the local resident who reported his death found him to begin with. The doctor's body was visible from outside the window, and a passerby called in earlier this morning to report what they'd found.
So, you mean this case is still only a few hours old? That explains why your investigation is just getting underway. Alright. What else should we note? Probably the computer and the coat.
It's a two-tone raincoat.
It's still a bit damp. I think someone might have worn it recently. Oh, that's all. Okay. Oh, we have to get to turn it on.
This PC is password protected. Trucy, you think your magic can do something about this? I don't think it can override a password. Now, a locked desk, that I could get into. Like yours back at the office, Polly.
Yikes. I better watch what I put in there.
What? Do you put weird stuff in your desk? Stuff you don't want anyone to see? Geez, are you a mind reader too? No, but unlocking your thoughts is a cinch.
How about the glasses, yeah?
There's a pair of glasses on this little pyramid here. They belong to the doctor. Scientifically speaking, they appear to be your ordinary run-of-the-mill glasses. I guess they don't pique her interest, scientifically speaking.
Okay, is there anything else to note? I don't think so. Some Nazca lines on the ground. Oh, we can check the little dinosaur. A coffee maker and a bunch of coffee cups. He must have taken his coffee breaks here. Oh, there's a filter with old coffee grounds in here. Guess I'd better clean this up. What are you doing there, son?
What am I doing? Cleaning this office.
Don't tell me they have you on coffee duty back at your office.
No, it's just... If I don't keep the place clean, no one will.
Okay, I guess nothing to say about the little dinosaur. There's a spiral staircase here. Let's check this big, stone thing. What a huge wall relief.
Seems to depict spirit channeling.
Hey, this spirit medium looks like the Holy Mother of Kurain.
Yeah, her face was left blank, but the rest is clearly detailed and well crafted.
Did you know some researchers claim the Holy Mother had 3 eyes? And that her third eye was able to divine the truth just like the gods above. It is said to be on her forehead.
Like you said, you shouldn't believe everything you hear.
Alright. I mean, what else in here is even notable enough to warrant looking at? Maybe this?
There's some sort of machinery inside this clay figure. Whoa, it's moving!
Exterminate. Exterminate. Destroy all targets. Exterminate.
Do I even want to know what this thing is for?
Okay, I guess that wasn't it. Maybe the window?
What a huge window. I bet you could see the entire study from out the outside.
How could he concentrate in here? I'd feel so exposed.
Well, He does have a bookshelf positioned for some privacy around his desk. Yes. I really don't see what else would be notable in here. Maybe the shoes? The doctor fell from the top of that ladder. From that height, a fall onto a hard surface would probably kill anyone. I don't know why anyone would want to climb that high in the first place. Guess you could say he climbed it all the way to heaven. Yeah. Now, there are a few pairs of shoes here. I guess there must have been an entrance on this floor, too. Yeah, there's a back door over that way, but it's usually locked from what I can tell. The visitor's entrance is up that spiral staircase. That's the way we came in. Okay, well, I guess we should check out the staircase then, huh? It's a spiral staircase. And it's connected to the hallway up there. Why'd they have to place the second floor so high up? Wait, you're not afraid of heights, are you? Oh, well... Oh, Polly's hilarious around high places. He gets all wobbly like a baby deer taking its first steps. And his face turns as green as a watermelon. It's not nice to make fun of people's phobias, you know. Come to think of it, the visitor's entrance is on the second floor. What an odd layout for a house. It seems the orb isn't here. That means that might be our only lead at this point. Detective Sky said he might still be in the village. We should go try to find him. Yes. He could also be in the suitcase, but I somehow doubt that. Good day to you, citizens of Kurain Village. My name is Paul Addison, and I want your vote. Oh, wow, that's really loud. Look, something's coming this way. Paul Addison, savior of Kurain, has come to... Ah! It's you people! Huh? Apollo, what is this strange conveyance coming this way? Right, left, halt! It's one of those... what do you call them? Palanquins? So, you finally left Dr. Buff's house. What were you doing in there? What a bunch of shady-looking characters. And you aren't? So I take it you knew the doctor? Heh, what a foolish question. I've memorized the names and faces of the entire electorate here in Kurain. After all, I am the man who's destined to be king of this fine nation someday. Who are you? And what do you mean, king? Ignorant fools, I am the Paul Addison. I am a soon-to-be eminent politician, a man whose name will go down in history. You should be ashamed that you've never heard of me before. Is he really that famous of a politician, Apollo? Not that I know of. I'm running for a seat on the local council right now. I guess even Jerk Q Public has to start somewhere. But my election is a sure thing, I'm told. After all, my grandfather was a famous politician with untold influence. In short, I'm the chosen one, the golden boy, the powerhouse of politics. And rider of his grandfather's coattails. Are you blinded by my majesty? Go ahead, bask in the resplendent glory that is me, the chosen one. Sure. Ah, a pleasant day to you, good people of Kurain. I am Paul Addison. It's time to reclaim the glory of Kurain together. A convenience store on every corner, a karaoke bar in every home. A vote for Paul Addison is a vote for a happier, hopier Kurain village. Not to turn off that infernal racket, you fool. You're a stain on your grandfather's good name. Thank you, good sir. Your support is appreciated, as always. I guess he's one of those people who only hears what they want to hear. In other words, he's a model politician. Now, where was I? Oh, right. You were in the doctor's house. Just what in the world were you doing there, Is this what you ride around in when you're campaigning? That's right. It's perfect for the narrow roads and steep hills here in the village. It has a top speed of 5 miles per hour, but it suffers from serious reliability issues. Namely, these imbeciles tire out too quickly. We'll try harder next time, sir. Poor guys. They're exhausted and covered in sweat. Yes, the Addison family has been in politics for generations, even back in the old country. Really? My grandfather, Abe Addison, was a prominent member of Congress. And he was born right here in Kurain. There isn't a person here who hasn't heard of him. All I asked about was his palanquin. You must have heard of the Addisons. I'm even reviving our old country campaigning style. Oh, politics aren't really my thing. Trucy? I don't recall ever reading about them at school. Feh. Young people today. You people really need to pay more attention to politics. So, what business did you people have at Dr. Buff's house? He was going to transfer ownership of the Founder's Orb to us. It's a sacred relic from the Kingdom of Kurain. The Founder's Orb? So you tried to get your hands on it, did you? Wait, did you know about the... What do you know about the orb? Heh, I know that it's mine, that's what. How do you figure that? Because I know it's not the Founder's Orb. Its real name is the Crystal of Ami Fey. The Crystal of Ami Fey? That's right, it's been passed down for generations in the Addison family. Until it was stolen, that is. But just when I had zeroed in on the culprit, the doctor hid it away and then kicked the bucket. So, you're saying Dr. Buff stole your family heirloom? That's not what Dirk said. Strange. But I've been told the doctor himself said that he had the Founder's Orb. It's all that weird foreigner's doing. He filled the doctor's head with nonsense. Nonsense like the Crystal of Ami Fey being the Founder's Orb. Weird foreigner? Could he mean... is this the foreigner you're talking about?
Take that!
Yes, that's him! I thought so. Now we really had to find Dats. Do you know where this man is now? I imagine he's at the detention center by now. I called the authorities after I found him hiding in my dog's doghouse. What? That buffoon. Well, at least we know where he is now. Let's head over to the detention center and see what he knows about the Founder's Orb. So, you really are after my crystal. No, we're looking for the Founder's Orb and have an agreement to prove it. Well, just so you know, you're not going to lay a finger on it. It's mine. And I intend to give it to my benefactor. Your benefactor? Oh, is it the king of Kurain? Or not the king, but a de facto king. My benefactor is ready to support my rise to the pinnacle of the political world. They have immense influence here, you see, and I intend to harness that influence. So, you're just gonna give your family heirloom away to this person? That's right. It's a purely political decision. And in exchange, your patron will get the people of Kurain to vote for you? Eminent politicians are skilled at leveraging all of their connections. Isn't it illegal to buy votes? Well, good luck with that, I guess. You just wait. Paul Addison will reign supreme someday. Right. Now let's get to going to the detention center, shall we? Looking suspicious even in prison. Hey. Yeah! Oh, what voice did I give him? What's he doing under the desk? Foul cogs of the corruption regime, I have nothing to say to you. It's me, Dirk. Oh! Dirk! You're a sight for sore eyes. I knew you'd come to save me. Well, this is another fine mess you've gotten yourself into. Ha ha ha, my bad. At least the grub here is pretty good compared to the prison back home. You get 3 square meals plus a place to sleep. Why don't you join me, Dirk? No thanks. They just sent me back to Kurain where I'd face immediate execution. Yeah, I guess that wouldn't be such a good idea. Well, looks like he's still the same too. A long time no see, Dats. Huh? Hey, you look kind of familiar. Apollo? Is it really you, my boy? A to the J, all grown up and whatnot? How you been? Fine. And you, Dats? You look good, besides the incarceration and all. Oh, those horns, AJ. Horns? Oh, they've grown up with you, just like the stag's antlers. I can't take it. You really haven't changed a bit. Anyway, there's something we needed to talk to you about. Sure, pull up a chair. I've got all the time in the world. The Slammer's like my second home. It's really not so bad once you get used to it. He's rather laid back for someone in police custody. What the doctor had really the Founder's Orb? Absolutely positively, the doc was sure of it. Really, because someone from the village is calling it the Crystal of Ami Fe. He also claims you were filling the doctor's heads with lies. That ain't true. The doc said he was sure of it. He was sure it was the real deal. All his fancy research confirmed it was the Founder's Orb. So then that Paul Addison character was lying? Imagine that, a politician who lies. I bet he wants the orb all to himself. I wonder who's telling the truth. Well, take a look at this. It proves the doc believed he had the Founder's Orb. Let me see that. I agree to hand over the Founder's Orb to the Defiant Dragons if I will come to no harm. Signed, Dr. Archie Buff. See? I got it all down in writing. But why does it say, if I will come to no harm at the end here? Well, it sounds like he was scared of you. Did you threaten the doctor in any way? No, you got it all wrong. It was the doc's friend. He told the old man us rebels were dangerous. It's his fault the doc thought I might hurt him. Sounds like the work of that politician. He has really made a mess of things. What have you done now, Dats? Nothing. I'm an innocent, I tell ya. It all started when this dog-faced cop tried to question me. He looked so funny I started laughing at him. That's when they came after me. But it was hilarious, I tell ya. I mean, a human police dog? How funny is that? Right. So, what happened after that? Oh, they caught me hiding in a doghouse. Dang Pooch ratted me out. I guess that's what I get for laughing at one of his doggy comrades. Sounds like the dog's got the last laugh. Weren't you cleared of those jailbreak charges? And your capture by Lady Kira deemed unlawful? Yeah, but the cops here don't seem to like me anyway. What are the charges this time? Unauthorized entry or something like that. I think I'm an illegal alien. And I can't prove otherwise because I lost my passport. Is there any way they'd let you go? Not without my passport. If only I had it. Dirk, AJ, you gotta find my passport. Alright, I'll find it. One more thing to add to our to-do list. Now, where might Daz's passport be? Oh, about the orb's whereabouts. Maybe the doc's kid knows something. The doctor has a kid? Yeah, a bit of a shut-in, though. The poor thing's own bedroom has become like a self-imposed prison. A shut-in. Sounds like it'll be a challenge just to get the conversation going. Time for your questioning. Follow me. It must be lunchtime. Today is fried chicken, if I'm not mistaken. You'll get your lunch, if you behave yourself. Dirk, AJ, I'll see you guys around. Our only lead now is Dr. Buff's kid. But luring a shut-in out is not going to be easy, I know. Alright. Where would he possibly be? In the study, perhaps? That's where it seems to be. Oh, it's you again. Looking for Mr. Wright? He was just here a second ago. He was? What was Daddy doing here? Good question. He said he was looking for something. Did he say anything else? Let me think. Something about how his ride never showed up at the airport. Yes, that was it. I guess Athena really did get lost. But what's Daddy doing all the way out here in the first place? He can't be looking for us since no one told him we'd be here. Hmm. Well, if you're here to take another look around, be my guest. I have other work to do, so if you'll excuse me... of course, thanks, Emma. First and foremost, we'd better find Datz's passport. We should also have a word with Dr. Buff's child. Hey, is it just me? Or is there something new in here? Yeah, the little helicopter. Oh, you mean that thing? Yeah, we should take a closer look at it too. Let's not forget about Datz's passport. It should be around here somewhere. Well, let's check out the little helicopter first. What's this? Model helicopter? Don't you know anything, Apollo? It's a drone! They're all the rage right now. I bet it belongs to the doctor's kid. We need to ask them about the orb's whereabouts. Yeah, but learning a shut-in out isn't going to be easy. Okay, let's see. It's not in the pocket, so in that case it's in the suitcase. That's his suitcase. Maybe his passport's in here. That's no good. It's locked tight. I should have asked him for the key. Oh, that was a pretty quick fade to black. What are we gonna do about Datz's passport? It's probably right there inside his suitcase, but we can't get it open. Why don't I take it over to Dat so he can unlock it? That way, you guys can continue looking for the orb. Good thinking, Trucy. Okay, here I go. Huh? What the? Ugh. And this thing weighs a ton. Let me try. Jeez, how can a suitcase be so heavy? Is it filled with bricks or something? Knowing that, he probably packed his dumbbells in there. It's certainly too heavy to lug all the way to the detention center. Here, let me take a crack at that lock. What, are you gonna pick it? Oh, he is. There you go. That was fast. Haha! Well, a lock like that is a child's play to me. Especially after all the wrongly imprisoned compatriots I've busted out over the years. You've sure seen a lot of action for an ex-lawyer. And here we go. That's his passport. I'll take it over to him. Thanks, Druzy. No problem. Now you guys enjoy some quality father-son treasure hunting time, okay? See you later. Ah, there she goes. I wish she wouldn't make such a big deal out of our little family situation. Father-son time, Been ages since we've had a father-son talk, huh, son? Yeah, well, over a decade. So, Apollo, how have you been? Oh, fine. I'm fine, I guess. Is that so? Fine, you say? Well, fine is fine by me. Good to hear. Okay. So what do we talk about now? Get down! Hit the dirt, son! Huh? Oh, what the? Ah! Speak to me, son. Say something. That's smarts. You maggots, what do you think you're doing invading Buff airspace? It'll be a scorching day in Siberia before you get past me, my yellow-bellied yahoos. Whoa, you can talk? What kind of drone is it? Guess any— Ah! Drone nothing. That's Sergeant Buff to you, soldier. You got that, you lowly grunts? Ow. What the who now? Buff. Sounds like the doctor's son is behind the controls. He's controlling this thing? Apollo, let's play along for now. At least until we can get the information that we need out of him. Got it. Sergeant Buff? Sergeant Buff, sir. You forgot to say sir. Ain't you never seen a war movie before? Oh, right. Let me try that again. Sergeant Buff, sir. Better. Much better. Now, state your name, unit and rank, soldier. Oh, I'm Apollo Justice. I serve at the Right Anything Agency. My rank is, fledgling lawyer, sir? Affirmative, Private Justice. But private? Listen up, diaper baby. Your commanding officer's orders are absolute. Disobedience means a one-way trip to the firing squad. Do I make myself clear? Sir, yes, sir. Good, good. We might make a man out of you yet, Private. Now for you, Cyclops. Huh? Oh, you want my name, unit, and rank too? I'm Dirk Sanmati. I command the rebel group, the Defiant Dragons, and my rank is, leader, sir. Excellent. Welcome aboard, Commandeer Dirk. Wait a second, what's that ridiculous mop you call a head? Soldiers should be clean cut. Sorry, but this is my signature look. Whoa! Fine, I'll get a haircut before we ship out. Listen up, you. It's kill or be killed on that battlefield. No place for leave-in conditioners. All you've got is your life, and you're lucky to have that. He's oddly obsessed with field survival for someone who never goes outdoors. This is going to be harder than I thought, son. Are you controlling that drone from your room, sir? Affirmative. But I can see everything you do from here, so... 10 hot, soldier! Wipe that stupid look off your face. I'm gonna whip you a sheltered piece of Nix into shape. With what? Your charming personality? Look, it's got a camera and speakers, too. And that's not all, Commandeer. Oh? And with these arms, I can cook and clean, too. Speaking of which, Private Justice, you're on latrine duty. Snap to it on the double. As if I don't see enough of the toilet at the back of the office. Alright. That thing's pretty handy. Those Defiant Dragons could use one of those. Ha ha ha, yes. It is a fine piece of hardware, isn't it? I modified it especially for siege defense. Siege defense? You mean how you won't leave your room? Ah, not again. Ah. Holing up in a stronghold to defend against an enemy is an age-old military tactic. A timeless strategy, still applicable in modern warfare. Okay. I hope you're not trying to mock the wisdom of my forefathers. I meant no offense. It was just an observation. So, the greenhorn who ain't even discharged a firearms got something to say, does he? Sorry, it won't happen again, sir. Darn tootin'. Now, state your intention, soldier. We had an agreement with your father. He had promised to hand over the Founder's Orb to us. What? Papa promised you that? He did, but he died before he could tell us where it was hidden. Now we have no idea where it is. Oh. Huh? But Papa, why? Why'd you have to die? It was an unfortunate accident, and I'm sorry for your loss. If it helps at all, I know how you feel, Sergeant. Ah! What'd I do now? You insignificant maggot? What would an unseasoned rookie like you know about how I feel? First I lost Mama, and now I've lost Papa. You lost your mother too? She's been gone for some time now. I'm all alone now. All alone. Sergeant Buff, would you tell us a little more about what happened to your mother? Mama passed away about 6 months ago. We were still living in our apartment in the city. Back then, I had yet to engage my siege defense strategy. In other words, something caused him to withdraw from the world. It was arson. It happened so suddenly, and before we knew it, our apartment was a sea of flames. Mom and I were trapped inside. But help never came, so Mama cradled me in her arms, kicked out a window, and jumped! She did what? She was like a walking, talking medal of valor, my mama was. She delivered me safely to a terra firma with a perfectly executed PLF. It's a 5-point landing technique used by paratroopers to land safely on the ground. She sounds like a superhero or something. But from that height, she suffered massive injuries in order to protect me. She died so that I could live. Ah! Mama! I don't know what to say. And the person who started the fire, he was immediately apprehended. They say he was standing outside laughing while the building burned. At least justice was served. I hope that brought you some solace. I've lost both my parents now. You can't possibly know how I feel. Mama. Papa. Poor kid. It's hard losing both your parents at such a young age. You must really feel alone now. Apollo. I imagine you know what he's going through. I do. The road to recovery begins by talking to someone who's suffered the same hardship. I know you have something that shows you understand. Ah, yes, the photo. I was wondering where this was going to be relevant. Sergeant, sir, would you please take a look at this? What do we have here? It's a photo of my father. I wasn't even a year old when he died. In a fire. What? And, like your mother, he died in an arsonist's blaze. But in his final moments, he managed to save his infant son. Private Justice, you've suffered a loss just like mine. I have, and that's why I know how you feel. But you still have your mother, don't you? No, I lost her too. What? She disappeared after the fire. I don't know if she's still alive or dead. Heck, I don't even know what she looks like. Wow. Sergeant Buff, his experience is very much like your own. If anyone can understand the sadness in your heart, it's him. Attention! I salute you, Comrade Justice. You are no longer a private in Buff Army. Henceforth, you will be a corporal. Corporal? Congratulations on your promotion, Corporal Justice. I'm just glad that seemed to cheer him up a bit. Now, comrade, let's toast to your new stripes. And call me Sarge. Don't be shy. We're a band of brothers now. Ha 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 ha! Now's our chance, Corporal. Ask him about the Founder's Orb. Dirk's getting way too much of a kick out of this. Nope, wrong button. Oh, that's unfortunate. Now I had to match through all this text. That was a interesting little bit. I mean, obviously something was coming, considering they used a shutting character. But I wasn't expecting it to be resolved so quickly. Oh, and this is a long bit of dialogue to mash through, eh? And you can't mash to the animation. Sarge, sir. You have any idea where the orb might be? It was here in Papa's study until last night. But he said he was going to go hide it somewhere. He mentioned something about a shady character being after it. Where do you think he could have hidden it? Somewhere in the village, I'd guess. He said he'd found a suitable hiding place for it. So, it was here last night. That is, until he went out to hide it somewhere in the village. The only question is where. Maybe he left some clue here in his study. Let's search the place again. We should also find out more about Dr. Buff. It might just
steer us toward the hiding place. So, Sarge, what was your father like? Papa was as kind as Mama was courageous. His whole reason for moving to this countryside was for me. What do you mean? I initiated my siege defense strategy after Mama died. Papa was so worried about me, he moved us here to the countryside. He thought the fresh air, blue skies, and natural surroundings might alter my tactics. What a fine father. He even quit his position at the university to move here. He did? He did. He gave up his beloved research position just for me. A parent must be prepared to sacrifice everything for his child. That's what Papa said. Well, I'm feeling about 2 inches tall right now. There's no one in the world I respected more than him. But that just makes his passing all the more devastating. Papa, may you continue your beloved research up there with the angels. Alright, well, it's time to get looking, I suppose. What could possibly have given a hint? I suppose we can check the coat and boots again. It's a raincoat. It's a bit wet, and there's fresh mud on it. That must mean someone wore it recently. Indeed. Maybe even as recent as last night. Sarge, did it rain here last night? Negative. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. Then how did this raincoat get all muddy and wet? When I saw it last evening, it looked pretty clean and dry to me. And that means it got like this later at night. Good eye, son. This may very well turn out to be a vital clue. Alright. And how about the boots? It's a shoe cubby. These shoes look like they belong to Sarge and his dad. These boots here are a little damp. And it looks like there's something inside this one. Maybe Dr. Buff wore them last night. They might lead us to where he hid the orb. Let's take a closer look. Oh, 3D model time? Hey, it is 3D model time. Let's take a look at the bottom. That seems about normal. What's inside, though? Something's giving off a soft glow inside this boot. But it's too dark to see what it is. But, yeah, can you look inside? Do I have to unstrap it? We might better get a better look inside if we undid these straps. There we go. It looks like some kind of glowing moss. It could have come from wherever the doctor went last night. It must have gotten in with some of that mud. It might be worth looking into. If it'll help us pinpoint where the doctor hid the orb. Well, he's clearly gone into some kind of cave. The cave in Kurain Village. I don't remember if there was one. The notes are gone. That's notable. Oh, we can check the Ami urn again. This urn with Ami painted on it looks really old, but I don't think that's going to provide any info we need. Its stats a suitcase. It's full of survival gear and questionable souvenirs, but we already got his passport, so we can leave it be for now. Okay, just wanted to double check. Oh, we can get into the computer, right? This computer could provide some useful information. Drat, it's password protected. Dirk, you're good at getting into places you're not supposed to. Don't look at me. I don't know the first thing about computers. Ha ha ha, leave it to me. A modern-day warrior must be well-versed in technology and have mean pride. After all, he who controls information controls the battlefield. Oh, is that the mother? And I'm in. It looks like modern-day warriors have mean keyboard skills too. Okay, let's see what we can find. Oh, what's this? An email message. Okay, let's see. I've deciphered the pattern, but have yet to crack the riddle. The opaque crystal orb is the key. Now, this is interesting. It's a research report to whoever asked the doctor to study the orb. Here, I put the data on this. Take it and use it well, soldier. Alright. Well, now we know what it looks like. I don't think there's anything else. Nothing else stands out. As I guess maybe the glasses. Are these the doctor's? Yes, those are Papa's reading glasses. He said he'd been having trouble reading lately, but those glasses seem to help. Reading glasses, eh? I'll just hold on to these. Dirk, don't tell me you're having trouble reading too. Perish the thought. I just don't know what to... I just don't want to leave any stone unturned. Okay. Okay, let's go over what we've learned so far. Where it was that Dr. Buff went, he needed a raincoat. And it was somewhere where this glowing moss grows. Any idea where that might be, Sarge? Negative, comrade. I hate to say my intel's a little thin on this one. I've been occupied with my siege defense strategy ever since we moved into the village. Well, son, it seems we have no other choice. We'll have to ask the locals if they know a place like that. Alright. The locals, huh? Let's go see who's out and about. Oh, that's horrible. It feels like somebody's watching me, and it's really creeping me out. Oh, it's just Paul Addison's campaign posters. Why did he put these up? Whatever, I've got more important things to be paying attention to. What great weather. It really lifts the spirits. I know. After our little treasure hunt, why do you say we go hunting, son? Hunting? We used to do that a lot, didn't we? Just look at that mountain. I bet there are some feisty wild boars up there. I think I'll pass, but thanks. Oh, so hunting's a no-go. Well, I guess that wild boar stew will have to wait then. Apollo, something seems different from the last time we were here. You mean the posters? No, not those. What's he talking about? Guess I should take a closer look around myself. Well, how about this little canvas? Or rather, a large canvas. What do you think? What do we have here? It looks like an unfinished picture. Like something a kid might paint. You're right. I can't quite tell what it is of. I think it's supposed to be the nighttime, but what's that thing to the left? A monster? Or some kind of alien, perhaps? It's the coat, guys. In any case, it's a pretty poor excuse for a drawing. Well, what did you expect from a little kid? A little kid? Is it Larry? Oh, it's Pearls. Okay. Uh-huh. Oh, it's you, Pearl. Why, Mr. Apollo, is that you? What a pleasant surprise. You know, I was half expecting Larry to show up. It's been quite some time. How have you been? Fine, thanks. You're looking good too, Pearl. Aren't you going to introduce me, son? Of course. This is Pearl Fay. She's a spirit medium here in Kurain Village. Pearl, this is Dirk, my, client. Hello, sir. Pleased to meet you. If there's anything I can do to help, please let me know. Nice to meet you too. And what a polite little girl you are. Actually, I'm a high schooler. Whoops, sorry about that. So, you're a spirit medium? Does that mean you can channel spirits then? Yes. I'm still in training, though. Oh, but I'm well versed in the art of spirit channeling. Well now, isn't that something? I mean, Back in my country, our little princess hasn't channeled a single spirit yet. Pretty impressive, young lady.
Oh, but compared to Mystic Maya, there was so much more I might have learned.
Mystic Maya? Oh, right, Maya Fey, Mr. Wright's former courtroom assistant. He told me all about her. She's a spirit medium too, if memory serves.
Yes, she's an amazing medium, and soon she'll be the next head of the Fey clan, too.
Mediums and spirit channeling. I've heard all about it from Mr. Wright. He said that mediums will even physically become the person they're channeling. I wonder if even little Pearl would turn into a hulking giant if she had to channel one.
I hope you don't mind me asking, but what brings you all the way out here, Mr. Apollo?
Oh, just a small matter to take care of.
Wait, wouldn't it happen to be the matter of Mr. Edgeworth is looking into?
Edgeworth? Yes, bring him back, please. Thank you. Preemptively, thank you. Prosecutor Edgeworth? What's he doing here?
Oh, so it's a different matter then. Because I saw him a moment ago. He appeared to be searching for something.
No? Mr. Edgeworth is a friend of Mr. Wright's, and the district's chief prosecutor. Why would he be here in Kurain? Well, no point obsessing over it. Come to think of it, you live here in Kurain Village, don't you, Pearl? Hold on, I need to get a drink of water. Alright, that's much better. Now, before we continue, I would like to know, this is shaping up to be very much like the Apollo Justice game, in that Apollo is going around business as usual, or a little bit not, or, well, yeah, business as usual for him. And everyone else is doing things at the same time that we don't know about, and putting together all those pieces is going to be the key to the trial, is what it seems is happening, which I'm a very big fan of. I think the only thing left, really, is how Black Quill would be involved if we were trying to involve everyone. But then again, we haven't heard anything about Athena other than she got lost, so he definitely could be tied up in that somehow.
Yes, I was born and raised here.
This is perfect, Apollo. Let's ask the young lady if she knows where the doctor might have gone last night. I was thinking the exact same thing. Maybe I should show her what we found in the doctor's study. Ah, yes, the coat that she tried to paint.
Oh, sorry. I wish I could help, but...
No, don't worry about it. I'm sorry I wasted your time like that.
At least let me offer you some tea. I mean, you must be tired from all your investigating.
Oh, no, you don't have to do that. We'll be just fine, thank you. She's so polite, it's hard not to feel rude around her. Okay, I guess it's the moss then. Pearl, do you have any idea where this moss might grow?
That looks like Mitama moss. It grows on Mount Mitama and gives off a soft glow in the dark.
Mount Mitama?
See that mountain over there? That's Mount Mitama.
And how would one get there?
You can take a bus from that bus stop over there. May I ask why you are so interested in that moss?
Well, Dr. Buff was supposed to give us something, but it seems he hid it somewhere last night.
He did? Maybe that's why he,
Pearl, do you know something that might help us?
Well...
Sounds like I'd better find out what she knows. What a peaceful place. Ah, nothing beats the mountain air.
Many of the villagers have left for the city, but I just love it here. Blue skies, lush forests, star-filled skies at night, and fireflies in the summer. Plus, the big, beautiful blue ocean is just beyond that mountain.
The ocean? What do you say we go for a swim, son? Oh, I think I'll pass. Besides, I can't swim. Pearl, Kurain Village is like the home of spirit mediums, right?
Yes, and I'm part of a long line of mediums.
I've never seen a channeling before, but is it possible to channel the spirit of anyone who's passed away?
No, not just anyone. You must know their face and true name.
Really? You can channel a spirit just by knowing their face and name? That's an amazing ability.
It is, but it can only be learned by those with a gift occurring in certain bloodlines, and years of intense training. At present, Mystic Maya and I are the only ones in our village who can channel spirits.
Looks like spirit mediums are highly valued here. Much like they are back in Kurain.
I heard there used to be many more of us a long time ago, but now we are in very short supply. Most of the women nowadays don't want to stay. They want the thrill of the big city.
Yeah, well, you guys aren't exactly close to any shopping malls or nightclubs out here. But what about you? Are you not interested in things like that?
Who, me? Well, I wouldn't mind a new outfit or two, and, well, oh, never mind.
It's okay, Pearl. You are at that age, after all. Pearl, do you have any idea where Dr. Buff might have gone last night?
Well... about that... All I know is that Dr. Buff was somewhere on Mount Mitama.
Oh, and she lied. Why does she always do this? Come on.
My bracelet is reacting, which means Pearl is hiding something from me.
Well, let's do this other dialogue first.
Oh, we met this weirdo earlier named Paul Addison. Do you know anything about him? Yes, he's been campaigning a lot around here lately, and the noise he's been making has become quite a problem. People are especially upset that he's campaigning at all hours of the night and day.
Well, the local police should have arrested him for disturbing the peace.
Unfortunately, there's a little they can do because the Addison family is so powerful. Well, isn't he the proverbial pampered provincial prince? I delivered that really weird. He seems pretty intent on winning here in Kurain. Is there some special reason why? I'm not sure, but I have an idea. The spirit mediums of Kurain once held considerable sway in the political world. Judging by his slogan, maybe that's what he's after. Great, so he's just another politician seeking powerful connections.
The ability to commune with the dead gives comfort to those anxious about the future. Tiny Kurain has preserved its independence by the Queen's power spirit channeling. It must play a similar role in this village.
Yes, even today, many here revere those with the spirit medium blood flowing in their veins. So basically, as Paul Addison's benefactor goes, so goes the whole village? Who is this benefactor? Who could hold this much sway over Kurain Village?
Well, it's time to perceive. Now, what would her tell be? Is her other hand visible? It is. Oh, there it is. Found it.
Gotcha!
That was a pretty easy one.
Pearl, you seem anxious around the topic of Mount Mitama. I could tell because you'd already rubbed your thumb over a splotch of dried paint as you said it. Well... That nighttime painting is yours, isn't it? Yeah. This is so embarrassing. As you saw, I'm not a very good artist. But that picture has nothing to do with Dr. Buff. I'm not so sure about that. In fact, I'm gonna guess that while you were out here painting last night, you actually saw the good doctor heading out to Mount Mitama from the bus stop. No, I didn't see anything like that, I swear. No, I'm positive you saw the doctor. After all, he's right here in your picture.
Oh, and don't worry about being bad about painting. Paint is hard to work with. I'm not good at it. I don't know many people who are even decent with it. Because yeah, it's hard to work with.
You think that's the doctor? I may not be a very good artist, but at least I know how to draw a person.
Okay, if it isn't a person, then what is it?
That's, a rain spirit.
And what's a rain spirit doing at a bus stop?
Oh, rain spirits have places to go too.
This is getting ridiculous. Sorry, Pearl, but you're not a very good liar. That is Dr. Buff, and this piece of evidence proves it.
Take that!
This is the raincoat we found in the doctor's study. It's still wet and muddy, so we know that someone wore it last night. Now, see how the pattern here is the same as the rain spirit in your picture? You didn't see a rain spirit last night. You saw Dr. Buff wearing this raincoat. I'm sorry. I know I'm not supposed to lie, but... Alright. Now, where did the doctor go? I'm sorry I didn't tell you before, Mr. Apollo, but I did see the doctor last night. It's alright. Just, please, tell me everything you know. Of course. I was painting out here last night when the doctor came up to the bus stop. He was wearing a raincoat, even though it wasn't raining, and a helmet with a light on it. Sounds like he was well prepared for something, probably spelunking of some sort. I know, that's why I asked him if he was going off exploring again. He looked startled, like he hadn't noticed me there. And then he suddenly said, "Please, don't tell anyone you saw me here." Huh, why would he want to silence you like that? Something must have happened to spook him. And he didn't want anyone to know where he was going to hide the orb. But where could he have been going that dressed like that? My best guess is a cave somewhere on Mount Mitama. I heard there's a cave there where spirit mediums of the Kurain tradition went to train a long time ago. Legend has it there are some sort of mystical ruins in there. Mystical ruins? Sound like the exact sort of place an archaeologist might go. Well, we should get going now, but thanks for all your help, Pearl. You're welcome, Mr. Apollo. Please, take care. Why do you say we go find that cave, son? I sense that orb might finally be within our grasp. This treasure hunt is shaping up to be the real deal. Haha, really gets the blood pumping, doesn't it? Well, what are we waiting for? Let's go. Alright, seems like we're starting to approach the end of this investigation. Actually, no, it could keep going on for a while longer, since we haven't connected with anyone else yet. I'm all out of breath. Oh, come on, that was nothing. And you're so much younger than me. I don't normally get this much exercise. Need a break? No, I'm fine. Dirk, look. There's Mitama moss growing in that cave over there. This must be where the doctor was last night. Let's take a look inside. I can't see a thing. Relax. Your eyes will adjust eventually. Now, follow me. I really think we need a flashlight, Dirk. Should have brought one along then, son. Here. Use mine. Thanks. Wait, were you holding out on me? Who are you talking to, Apollo? You? Whoa! Someone just pushed me. Apollo? What the? Apollo! Ah! 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 Why did they both fall? Ow. Are you alright, son? Yeah. It looks like someone got the drop on us. Quite literally. But who? I mean, we could have died from that fall. I don't know. I don't think we'll be getting out the way we came in. Looks like we're in a pretty deep cave. Nothing to do but press on, son. How can you even see in here? Come on, let's go. Hey, wait! One false step and we're dead. What in the world should we do? Well, at this point we should just go forward. That's what the story demands. I guess we keep going. There must have been some path for Dr. Buff to follow when he came to hide the orb. Right. By the way, it looks like our attacker left us with a useful parting gift. Oh, the flashlight? Nice. From lawyer to spelunker. How do I always get myself into these situations? We're never gonna make it out alive. I hope you know. Don't tell me you're scared, son. We're just getting started. The greatest treasures are only ever found at the point of a blade or the edge of a cliff. Yeah, sure. If I'd known I'd wind up at the bottom of some dark, damp cave, I would have never taken your quest, Dirk. Save your breath, Apollo.
Just keep putting one foot ahead of the other. There'd really better be a way out of here. We'll find one before you know it. You'll see. Oh. Time skip? We've been walking for over an hour. I guess the oxygen's probably starting to get a bit thin, huh? It's like a maze in here. I couldn't get back to where we started if I wanted to. Yeah. This cave goes deeper than I thought. Wait, don't tell me there really is no way out. Where there's a will, there's a way. Ever the optimist, aren't you? Maybe we should cut our losses while we still can. Nope, keep going ahead. That's what the story demands. And if we die, that would be a very interesting thing to happen. Even if we were to turn back, we wouldn't make it up that wall of solid rock. So I guess we keep going. How do I get stuck wandering around in a dark cave again? It's definitely not my job description. Listen, son. Only the truly accomplished have the luxury of being so choosy. When I was just starting out, I did everything from street performing to yak milking. And that helped you become an accomplished attorney, how? It didn't. But when you need to earn a living, you take on any job just to survive. Say, how is your career going, by the way? Well, it's been a harrowing adventure so far, to say the least. My first trial really put me through the ringer. And my next case had me investigating a pair of stolen panties. Oh, I forgot they made a 3D Gavin model. And just when I was hitting my stride, this one prosecutor branded me as Hair Forehead. Oh, and there's this other ridiculous prosecutor who wields a samurai sword. Sounds like you've, seen quite a bit. You're telling me. Listen, Apollo. I'm sorry I didn't contact you for so long. It's fine, Dirk. What happened, happened. Hmm? Careful, the ground doesn't feel solid here. What? Yeah, the cave floor is collapsing. Ah, not again. Ah. Oh, dang, that sort of sucks. Oh, at least it landed in water. Hey, Apollo, can you hear me? Dirk? Oh, where are we? Whoa, what is this place? That box looks familiar. Why? Well, at least we found something. I was shocked too. These ruins look really old. It's not exactly something you find in the middle of a cave system, that's for sure. Maybe the doctor hid the orb around here. I mean, those look like footprints over there. Son, I think our little adventure is about to pay dividends. Time to find that orb. Yep, it's examination time. Start that with that water bottle. Oh, what's a plastic bottle doing here? There's seaweed stuck to it, which means it probably came from the ocean. It's possible this cavern is connected to the sea somehow. That certainly would clear out the limestone. Driftwood? How'd that get in here? By drifting on in, I'd assume. The only question is, from where? Yep. Footprints. These have got to be the doctor's footprints. They match the bottoms of the boots we saw in his study. So, he made it all the way down here. The water's washed most of them away, but his footprints are everywhere. Really? Because these are the only set I see. He must have been looking for something. Ah! those prints. They're coming out of that lake. Oh, theory time. Okay, so first of all, obviously, the intended way to get in here is through the swimming, which is why he had the raincoat. But more importantly, just now, Apollo made a note about how Dirk can see more footprints than he can. And earlier, when Apollo asked how Dirk could see so well in the cave, Dirk just sort of ignored it. So I think, or rather, I'm very certain that that little eyeball crest he has is giving him some sort of sight that is going to play an important part in this upcoming trial, yeah? That seems like what it's going to be to me. Hey, you're right. But that would mean Dr. Buff came walking out of that water. And let's check that symbol, the Kurain, not Kurain, Kurain Master, whatever. That's one big altar. One false move and some god might come and smite us. Oh, come on, it's not all doom and gloom. I dare say you look at our surroundings and say that again, Dirk. Ha ha ha! Oh, you've got me there, son. Dear gods, please smite me now. I guess Apollo wouldn't recognize the seal. This box looks pretty new. I'm guessing the doctor is the one who brought it down here. It's no good. It's locked tight. There's no way to open it? Doesn't look like it. There isn't even a keyhole. Which means there must be some trick to opening it. We'll have to figure out if we want to see what's inside. Oh, man, Kurain Village and their puzzles. So many of them. Anything else notable besides the rocks? So that's the hole we fell through. Doesn't look like we'll be going back that way. We're lucky we survived the fall from all the way up there. Indeed. If that hole hadn't been above the lake, we'd be history. You passed out the moment you hit the water. Yeah, well, water's not really my thing. This cavern is solid rock all around. Looks like we either go back through that hole, or find some other way out. Why am I always between a rock and a hard place? Well, that other way out seems to be the lake. This lake looks really deep. Can't even see the bottom. A bottomless lake in the depths of a mountain cave system. My blood runs cold at the thought of falling in there. The water, it's salty. This lake may very well lead to the ocean. Didn't Pearl mention something about the ocean? Like how it's on the other side of the mountain? Can't imagine she meant it literally. Well, let's sum up what we know so far. The orb is almost definitely inside this box contraption that we can't open. As for this cave, there doesn't seem to be any way out. We're this close to the orb. Come now, son, don't be like that. It's just a bit of bad luck, that's all. A bit? Murphy called. He wants his law back. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, right? Ha ha ha! How can you be laughing at a time like this? We're stuck here for now, so we might as well try to open this thing.